Angels Live is on the air from Southern California as the Angels and Texas Rangers go head-to-head in Game 2 of this 4-game series after a frustrating loss in 10 innings. Last night, the Angels hope to even things up tonight at the Big A. Here's what's on tap over the next 30 minutes on a very big show. You know what I like to say? Roosters really can fly, Mark Gubicza, as the Mets steals the show last night. We'll get into what he did in the 7th inning, what Mike Trout did in the 1st inning, going yard for number 20 on the season. Ryan Johnson, he'll get the start, making his 11th start of the year. We'll see what he can do against these Texas Rangers. That and much more happens right here, right now, on a show we like to call Angels Live. Welcome, everybody, inside the Big A. Ken French, that is Tim Salmon, and way down there on my left, that is Mark Gubicza. Welcome, boys. Well, the winds of change continue to blow through this organization. Big announcement, breaking news this morning for the Angels. The club has relieved pitching coach Mike Maddox, bullpen coach Dom Cheating, and assistant pitching coach Daryl Scott. As a result, Tim Levesque was named interim pitching coach, and Michael Wirtz will be named the interim bullpen coach for the remainder of the season. Gentlemen, 48 days left in the season. That equates to 43 games for the Angels left. About 7 weeks in this season. The big question, I'll start with you, Gooby, why now?
Yeah, that is a good question. There's some guys that certainly had some pretty good seasons so far. From Soriano, who's now up with Toronto. He was as good as any pitcher in all of baseball. The first 6 starts, Reed Devers made great strides. Well, Walbert Arania has been doing a really good job. A lot of the guys now getting their opportunity in the bullpen have done a good job, but there is some things where you want to get better. Where some guys that maybe there's some ups and downs, maybe with some technology and some different kind of techniques, you can get them better on a more consistent basis.
Were you surprised, Tim, when you heard the news?
I was surprised, very surprised, because of the caliber of the coaches they let go. I mean, these are very well-respected pitching coaches around the league, so very much surprised. You know, it came down to tech, and Mo, John said very much the same. We're going to hear about it, but the reality comes down to is that it's a philosophical change, and we just didn't get here overnight. And a new guy's in town, and he's gonna make some changes.
Yeah, he said this team needs to embrace change, and the time is now. Earlier today, there was a press conference with interim GM John Mozeliak and manager Kurt Suzuki talking about the change that was made this morning.
I think there's a simple question: why now? When I arrived in late June, the organization review began in earnest. My goal was not to make any staffing changes until the season ended. However, after discussions with the coaches, interviews with players, self-reflection on where we are, we decided it was time to make a change. We have 48 days left in this season. We're going to play 43 games. I view this as an opportunity. I see this as a chance for us to make a difference. We understand things must be done differently, and we all agree the time is now. We all recognize this has been a challenging year, but we also see this as an opportunity that we cannot waste. Looking ahead, Zook's our manager. I do not anticipate any more changes between now and the end of the season. And I'd like to welcome Tim Levesque and Michael Wirtz to our staff.
Mike Maddox, 24 years, consecutive years as a pitching coach, won a world championship with the Rangers in 2023, and we heard the word tech, and he used that a lot. He even said at the very beginning, when you use the word tech, meaning technology, Mark Gubicza, how does technology need to be woven into this pitching program for the Angels?
One part of it is TrackMan, Rapsodo, Hawkeye, all those things to allow the pitcher to get himself in the perfect position to be successful. Mike Maddox, he knows a lot about pitching, and I thought he did, for the most part throughout his entire coaching career. He's done a real good job of simplifying for the pitchers and getting that attack mode, throwing strikes and finishing off hitters as quick as possible. But when you're not going well, it's always a good thing to be able to have as a pitcher in particular. Why am I not getting my arm in the right spot? Why is it dropping? Why is this? Why is that? And when you're able to look at something with TrackMan, for instance, it gives you the chance to figure it out on your own at times. Even when you're on the mound, you'll know exactly how to make that adjustment rather than wait for somebody to tell you what's right or wrong.
Tim, how did we get to this point needing a shift when it comes to an organizational philosophy?
Well, I think you go back to a few years ago. I mean, I think we were so heavy on the tech side of it. We had all the pitch design stuff going on, and the pitching staff was really struggling. I mean, guys were kind of lost. I mean, you heard the stories, what was going on in the bullpens. It was more focus on the screens and not even throwing strikes. I mean, so I think there was a gradual shift to try to move away from that a little bit, or at least to balance the scales a little bit, starting with Ron Washington, and then you saw Maddox coming in and Dom Chidi. I mean, these are guys that are very heady guys, and I think they really got the pitching staff really thinking about competing and getting out in the field and trying to be your own coach out there. So it wasn't just something where they just kicked all this stuff to the side. It was very much something that's happened over time. And, you know, to me, I've always had this mindset. It's like good things become bad things when they keep from the best things. And technology is great. All that, you know, Rhapsody and video and all that stuff's great, but it can become a bad thing if it's not, that's where all your focus is and you forget how to compete out there. And I think for the most part, you had some old school approach over the last couple of years with these coaches, and I think it paid dividends in their starting pitch, and you alluded to it. I mean, some of these young guys finally started looking like different pitchers out there. So you can't really say what they were doing was bad or that the pitching staff didn't, you know, benefit from it. It's just, hey, now there's a new sheriff in town. He would like to bring some of this back into it, and maybe it's best to go with some different minds now that some of these pitchers, maybe they have a better understanding of how to balance it.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's be able to be competitive enough on the mound, throwing your pitches, but also when things aren't going exactly the way you want, be able to find some tool to be able to go, oh, how this is how quickly I get back on track and be really solid again.
Yeah, and he made it very clear, John Mozeliak did in his press conference, that no further coaching changes are expected. He said that with manager Kurt Suzuki sitting right next to him. So moving forward, this is what we expect and what we have as a coaching staff for your Angels. And one thing is balancing player growth and winning at the same time. That's something the Angels are going to try to do the remaining 43 games of the regular season. Well, somebody that's certainly been doing a tremendous amount of growth when it comes to his potential and what he's been doing in the outfield especially has been Wade Meckler, guys. My goodness, so much fun to watch him play, and all his talents were on display last night. Hustle, execution, and hops Sim Salmon in one night.
Yeah, he gave it all. I mean, and this is what you really expect. I mean, this is a kid that's learned how to grind it out. I mean, you just look at his story. I mean, put on waivers, you know, didn't make the team out of spring training. He's had to grind everywhere he goes. He has to learn how to play the game. He's a baseball player. All facets of the game he's dependent on playing well at, and you saw it on display. The hustle, the defense, the great catch right there. We've seen the energy since he's been up. He's been a breath of fresh air in the outfield. Kind of reminds me of, you know, some players in the past. El Rojo we had a few years ago, Cole Calhoun out there. You know, it's just great. I mean, at this point in the year, you need to have high energy guys.
I mean, when you think about getting down the line at over 30 feet per second, I mean, that's elite speed going down the line and then going back to the wall and robbing that home run. Remember, he played a lot of left field earlier, sliding into that short wall over there. He brings a lot of energy. He has really good quality at bats too. He'll go the other way, but also he's hit some home runs against some of the very best in the game. The Miz had nothing on the Mech.
Earlier today, I talked with Meckler, and he told me that's the first time he's ever robbed a home run on any level playing baseball. Then I had him take me through the big catch.
We were playing him a little deeper, which definitely helped. Gave me an extra second to kind of get a read. Off the bat, I thought it was going to be a routine play. He hit it so high, I didn't think there was any chance he was going to go that far. But he hit it hard, and he spun it well, and kind of just started drifting back a little bit. And then halfway through, realized I was probably going to need to find the wall, and did a good job of taking my eyes off it, finding the wall, picking it up again, and just jumping and make the catch.
Have you ever taken away a home run in any level of your career?
I have not, no. I was an infielder up until my junior year of college. I played left field at Oregon State, which we had a huge, like, 30-foot wall in left field. It's impossible there. And then never did it in the minor leagues, and so that was the first one.
So being born in Anaheim, Esperanza High School, growing up an Angel fan, what was it like to make that play? And not only make that play, but make it next to your childhood idol?
Yeah, no, it was super cool. More importantly, in the moment, I was more excited about just preserving the 1-1 tie. But yeah, it's cool. You know, it's just anytime you can make a play to help the team win, it feels good.
Yeah, I asked manager Kurt Suzuki to describe Wade Meckler as a player, and he said he's just a baseball player. He does all the right things. He gives you 110% on every play, and we're seeing that night in, night out when he's getting an opportunity to go out there.
How about that Robin home run the first time he ever did at home here? His home. That's unbelievable.
Where he came to celebrate birthday parties as a kid. I mean, the dream just keeps getting better and better with Wade Meckler. Now, let's talk about his idol for a second, because last night Tim got off to a great start. Detmers was dealing in the top half of the first, and then Mike Trout got things going in the bottom half.
Yeah, got the home run. I mean, this is a nice curveball, back-to-back curveballs, and he made him pay for it. And, you know, this is what I like to see. I like to see Mike be more aggressive early in the count right now. I mean, I know he's a patient guy, he's a patient hitter, but when you see him be aggressive earlier in the counts, especially in that situation right there, hitting that curveball, I think he can do some damage. And great job of hitting. You know, look at this numbers right here, 11 consecutive, or 11 years with 20-plus homers. I just kind of went back and I'm like, gosh, it just seems like he should have. Yeah, he's missed 4 years. I mean, there's 4. He should be at, 15. I mean, every year he's played, he would have been hitting 20 home runs or more, except for the injuries.
And it's amazing, though, 111 times he's homered in the first inning. It's not allowed the starting pitcher to ever really settle in there before hitting a home run. That was a curveball yesterday. It was the first curveball he's hit out of the ballpark since early April of last season. We always think of Trout, especially anything in the lower part of the strike zone, so it was good to see him get on a curveball. He's facing a guy today with a curveball and a changeup with Bradford.
Timmy's got the Rangers number, 49th career home run against the Rangers organization, only second to Reggie Jackson.
I know, it is. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's pretty amazing when you think about guys, how sometimes certain teams roll in and they just flip the switch. I mean, we saw it in Corey Seager last night. I mean, he almost got us. But, again, for whatever reason, I think a lot of times with the Rangers, I mean, you just play them so much. So many times it's a divisional game. You get fired up for those games. And, the Rangers bring out his best play.
I mean, yeah, if you're a Ranger pitcher, you think it's Ranger danger all the time against Trout. So you think about, maybe I can think about walking him or so. He's already picked up, 4 walks already, so he's getting locked in as far as being patient at the plate.
We're locked in after the first segment here on Angels Live as we take our first time out here. And when we do come back, though, Ryan Johnson's going to be locked in as he takes on this Rangers team and hoping to get the Angels back in the win column, making his 11th start of the season. It's game 2 between the Rangers and the Halos. We keep talking about it next.
The journey. It starts here, on the fields where dreams begin. Every swing counts. Every step matters. Every moment inspires. The fundamentals today, the possibilities of tomorrow. Pitch, hit, and run. The journey starts here. Scan the QR code to sign up today.
Want to pitch like Paul Skeens?
Holy smoke. Operative word is smoke.
Or hit like this guy? Learn how to play like the pros from the pros themselves.
The secret ingredient, a whole lot of fun.
Play ball all season long, only on MLB Network.
10 seconds, guys. Let's have a go.
At MLB Network, we're always on the move because baseball doesn't just travel, it transforms.
This is how we should do a show every day.
And we're there to meet the moment wherever the game goes. Regular season.
Welcome to Cooperstown.
All the stars are out in Atlanta, Georgia.
Postseason.
Can you believe what we just saw?
Whoa! Every season.
This is unbelievable.
This is MLB Network, the home of baseball.
With a 12-piece family meal, everybody.
They ask me, with or without? You with the crew?
You from the D?
Where'd you go to high school?
Your dad put you in Brown.
Welcome back to the Big A on Korean Heritage Night. A cool demonstration going on out here at the Big A this evening as we get you ready for game 2 of a 4-game set between the Rangers and the Halos. We need that young man in the lineup here tonight. Let's go down to the farm right now and get an update from Josh Carey.
With your Trash Pandas update, I'm Josh Carey.
The Trash Pandas continued their winning ways as they took 4 of 6 games from the White Sox affiliate, the Birmingham Barons, last week at home. New Angel Arjun Namala played in only 2 games due to a finger injury. However, he went 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 3 RBI in the Thursday win, along with a stolen base. His status is day-to-day. Outfielder Jake Thompson finished the week with 5 hits and 4 RBI, including the game-winning 2-run single in Sunday's victory. Outfielder Anthony Skoll went 5 for 12 for the series with 2 doubles and a stolen base, while newly acquired catcher Jacob Cozart made his presence known by going 4 of 13 for the week with a homer, 3 RBI, 3 runs, and 4 walks. On the hill, former number 2 overall pick Tyler Bremner struggled in his Double-A debut on Saturday, allowing 4 runs on 4 hits over 4 innings with 5 punch-outs. Starter Austin Gordon went 6 innings and matched a season high with 10 strikeouts while allowing a run on 4 hits in a win on Tuesday. With your Trash Pandas update, I'm Josh Carey.
Josh, thank you very much. Let's take a look at Down on the Farm, which is right here on ABTV. Still 4 games remaining on our minor league schedule. 2 with Salt Lake, 2 with Rocket City. Make sure you pay attention to those games and watch some of this young talent the Halos have before they get up to the big leagues. As we welcome you back inside the Big A with myself being Kent French and, of course, Tim Salmon and Mark Gubiza with us as we turn our attention to the starter here tonight, Ryan Johnson. Gooby, 4 1/3, I believe it was last time, 4 2/3, only 1 run, but he had 5 walks. A little bit wild last time out.
Yeah, I mean, when you try to think about why and how Ryan Johnson could be successful, part of it is that at a full windup, he just dominates. Out of the stretch position, it flips completely. The first pitch put in play, there's been a lot of success against him. When he's ahead 0-1, he dominates. When he's behind 1-0, he has struggled. So they're just trying to put things together. That's why I think when we go back, to slightly go back to technology, I think that's the thing that could really help Ryan Johnson going forward, because the cutter plays, the splitter plays, but he hasn't been able to use his sinker as much with velocity as I think he should use going down the road here.
Yeah, when you look at, let's take a look at his splitter here and the success that he's had. Opposition just hitting 184, Tim. He throws it just over 25% of the time.
Well, I mean, he has success with it, and that's a good thing. He's having success with something. But again, like Gooby said, I mean, with this, just with his arm delivery, he's a big guy. That sinker should really play more. To me, he relies too much on that off speed. He has to use the split. He has to use the sweeper to get himself out of situations. I would love to see that sinker really play more. I know the cutter does play decently, but that sinker, for whatever reason, it's flattened out. He should be able to get more ground ball outs on that. You know, he's a big guy, but throwing from that sidearm motion, he doesn't get a lot of extension, so maybe that's it. But whatever the case is, he does have a good splitty. He does have a decent sweeper. I would just like to see that fastball play better.
Yeah, that sinker should play perfectly with the splitter. It's got down there just a different velocity, and also just to be able to let that arm angle, get that sinker down about 92, 93, but then you got the splitter at 80, 81, so it should play perfectly together. There's just not a lot of confidence in his sinker right now, but he needs to have that in play.
Give me your go-tos for Ryan Johnson.
My go-tos right there really comes for me. It's got to be that the cutter on the corners throughout. I mean, does have 22 punchies with his cutter so far this season, but solid first pitch control. What does that mean? Well, the hitters are hitting 444 with 5 home runs on the first pitch put in play. And when you look at some of his hitters, especially in this lineup for the Rangers, a combined 26 home runs are power guys on the first pitch put in play, one of them being Corey Seager.
Yeah, and you mentioned technology could help Ryan Johnson. Could a new voice help him as well, Gooby, do you think?
Every once in a while, pitchers, Tim, you know that by now. You're sitting next to me enough times here during these last few years. We're a little bit different. It's every once in a while, just the right phrase can turn you around, and hopefully that's something right now. Just a little different voice will get him locked in, because there's no doubting. We saw it a couple years ago at a spring training. He can dominate when he believes in himself, throws the pitches where he wants, and avoids that middle part of the plate and throws strikes.
Yeah, I'd like to think maybe the technology could help that sinker, because we're seeing.
Hey. Hi.
And, the coaches that were brought up here are coaches that he's familiar with in the minor leagues. So between the voice and the coaches and their maybe ability to introduce maybe a couple, maybe things to consider, it will be interesting to see what happens over these next 43 days.
Yeah, Gooby, you don't need any technology. Just keep being you.
Is that what that's called?
I don't know. We appreciate it.
We got an AI version of you right now. Thank you.
I really appreciate it. I'm out here. A figment of your imagination.
Well, thanks. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Have a good call tonight with Wayne taking another timeout. When we come back, talking Zach Neto and also breaking news from this morning.
you please submit your expenses today? You have those expense reports? Hi. Can you submit those receipts?
Never chase a receipt again. Ramp. Love finance.
Do you dream of seeing all 30 ballparks?
Really a special place. People are excited for the game.
We've got you. For the first time, MLB and T-Mobile offer you a chance to win trips to all 30 stadiums. Yes, all 30.
What a treat.
The views.
This is so much fun.
The food.
It's a fiesta here at the ballpark.
The vibe.
The energy is incredible.
The adventure of a lifetime with experiences you simply need to see to believe. Begin your journey to 30. Enter now.
It's basically you do this. Stealing is when somebody has the ball and they're going to tag the other person and somebody else takes it out of the glove. If you want to just catch the ball, that's okay. And if you don't want to catch the ball, that's a strikeout. Because it's fun and you don't have to be good at it, you can just play ball.
Welcome back to the Big A and Korean Heritage Night, giving away some really cool jerseys here this evening as we have a great celebration going on, and hopefully that it gets even better with the Halos coming away with a win in Game 2 of a 4-game series. As looking back inside the Big A, Ken French, Tim Salmon with you, revisiting some breaking news that took place here this morning as the club released pitching coach Mike Maddox, bullpen coach Dom Cheedy, and assistant pitching coach Daryl Scott, replacing them with Tim Levesque, who will be the interim pitching coach moving forward for the remainder of the season, and Michael Wirtz will serve as the interim bullpen coach. Tim, as we just look back on what we were talking about here in the opening segment, John Mozeliak coming in and making a statement that change is going to happen.
Yeah, and my biggest surprise was the fact that these are highly respected coaches around the league. They've done well. They did well with this staff. I don't think you could really point to any big deficiencies. I think the pitching staff has probably been the one bright spot of this team. But I think going forward, we have a new philosophical change. Hey, I talked about it in the first segment. It's like, hey, we were very much in a tech and pitch design and all that a few years ago. We needed to swing the pendulum back, and I think there needed to be a little bit that pendulum swinging back and introducing some more of that tech. And hey, what better than to bring up some of the coaches in the minor leagues that have a great experience with that and move on a little bit from the mental approach that we've had with these well-respected veteran coaches. So whatever the case, we'll see. Hey, new sheriff in town, he gets to make the decision.
John Mozeliak has said time and time again that this organization needs to embrace change, and the time is now, and he is certainly standing by his words as things continue to change rapidly here with the Angels organization. Shifting to tonight's game, Zach Deno back up at the leadoff spot here tonight, Tim. But let's focus on hard-hit fly balls for Zach Neto, but at what cost, Tim?
Yeah, it comes at a little bit of a cost. I mean, we know Zach. I mean, he can ambush you and put together some good at-bats and hitting some fly balls. I mean, look at the list he's on. I mean, he's the only shortstop there. These other guys are considered RBI guys. These are the guys that drive in runs, and their peripheral stats are going to reflect that. Zach's don't necessarily. And, to me, at what cost? Yeah, everybody loves to see that leadoff homer and some of the energy he brings, but I think he's also up there with the strikeouts, and he's kind of among the league leaders there. And, the pop-ups, when you're swinging for the fence, you're going to have a lot of pop-ups, a lot of swing and misses. The thing about it is his stats are really good when he's hitting line drives and ground balls. So you'd like to see a little bit more of a balance there. I think it's great that he has some thump in his bat, and he can do some great things hitting fly balls. But I just think that's a little bit misleading, right? I mean, if he's your cleanup hitter, and you can point to that, that's great. But he's not our cleanup hitter. He's our leadoff guy, and you like to see some of the other peripherals in there as well.
And that's another conversation for another day. Where should Zach Neto be in this lineup? By the way, Zach Neto, the only shortstop in Angels history, was three straight seasons with 20 doubles and 20 home runs as he hit his 20th home run this past week. As we take our final time out here in the program, when we do come back, the MAC. Yeah, Roosters can fly. Where's he in the lineup? That's next.
10 seconds, guys. Let's have a go up.
At MLB Network, we're always on the move because baseball doesn't just travel, it transforms.
This is how we should do a show every day.
And we're there to meet the moment wherever the game goes. Regular season.
Welcome to Cooperstown.
All the stars are out in Atlanta, Georgia.
Postseason.
Can you believe what we just saw?
Whoa!
Every season.
This is unbelievable.
This is MLB Network, the home of baseball.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Want to pitch like Paul Skeens?
Holy smoke. Operative word is smoke.
Or hit like this guy? Learn how to play like the pros from the pros themselves.
The secret ingredient, a whole lot of fun.
Play ball all season long, only on MLB Network.
Well, the Angels win this game, yes. Let's stay positive. You're going to win free McDonald's fries. Get free medium fries tomorrow with any $2 purchase only on the app at participating McDonald's. We like to call it the sweet taste of victory after an Angels win. Tim, here is the lineup. Hopefully they'll get some fries for these kids.
Yeah, much better opportunity tonight. I mean, the velo on this left-handed pitcher, Cody Bradford, is not what it was last night, but you see a few lefties in that lineup again. Moises Ballesteros and Tyler Heineman in there. Wade Meckler, hopefully these guys will have something going. Hey, fastball lives up in the zone, 89 miles an hour, but the changeup's is out pitch.
Angels looking for a rebound effort. Korean Heritage night. Hopefully they have some hops like Meckler did last night. Hopefully they can get back in the win column and even up this series. Zach Neto and the Angels and the MEC coming at you next.
Do you dream of seeing all 30 ballparks?
Really a special place. People are excited for the game.
We've got you. For the first time, MLB and T-Mobile offer you a chance to win trips to all 30 stadiums. Yes, all 30.
What a treat.
The views.
This is so much fun.
The food.
It's a fiesta here at the ballpark.
The vibe.
The energy is incredible.
The adventure of a lifetime with experiences you simply need to see to believe. Begin your journey to 30. Enter now.
Want to pitch like Paul Skeens?
Holy smoke. Operative word is smoke.
Or hit like this guy? Learn how to play like the pros from the pros themselves.
The secret ingredient, a whole lot of fun.
Play ball all season long, only on MLB Network.
Why go on Row? Because 1 in 4 guys experience ED. On Row, ED feels like no big deal. Connect with a provider to find treatment that could be right for you. 100% online.
Row designed or curated treatments to make ED feel less stressful. There are options to fit every need, like fast-acting dissolvables or daily gummies. If 1 in 4 guys deal with ED,
then 1 in 4 guys should go on Row.
Guys, connect with a provider at row.co to see if you qualify.
Rated E for everyone.
The real new year is almost here. Grab their faves, like Lunchables and Kraft Mac and Cheese. Wishing you all a happy school year.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
It's a lovely night here in Southern California on ABTV, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. From Angel Stadium tonight, Game 2 of this 4-game series between the Los Angeles Angels and the Texas Rangers. Alongside Mark Gubiza, I'm Wayne Randazzo, and today, Gubi, the Angels made some news before the game as the coaching portion of the pitching staff was all let go. Mike Maddox, their pitching coach, Dom Chidi, the bullpen coach, and the assistant pitching coach, Darryl Scott, removed from their duties today as the Angels find a way here to move forward in the pitching department. Yeah, Wayne, it is difficult, too. We built a relationship with all three of those guys, and I thought at times they did a really good job with the pitching staff. But going forward, you think, okay, maybe how do you become even better, even when you're not, pitching well? Do you have the technology? They do have the technology to get better out there with TrackMan and other different resources. So hopefully that's the case for some of the pitchers, especially Ryan Johnson here tonight. And interim GM John Mozeliak talking about it before the game today as the Angels look for growth the rest of the season.
I think there's a simple question: why now? When I arrived in late June, the organization review began in earnest. My goal was not to make any staffing changes until the season ended. However, after discussions with the coaches, interviews with players, self-reflection on where we are, we decided it was time to make a change. We have 48 days left in this season. We're going to play 43 games. I view this as an opportunity. I see this as a chance for us to make a difference. We understand things must be done differently, and we all agree the time is now. We all recognize this has been a challenging year, but we also see this as an opportunity that we cannot waste. Looking ahead, Zook's our manager. I do not anticipate any more changes between now and the end of the season, and I'd like to welcome Tim Levesque and Michael Wirtz to our staff.
Tim Levesque worked for the Cardinals for many years, a couple of decades. In fact, had been in the Angels organization since the beginning of this season. He comes up from the AA pitching coach job. Michael Wirtz has been around the Angels for some time, former major league reliever. So they're the new coaches here for the rest of the season. Yeah, Wayne, a couple of those guys I saw even in spring training. I think I love what he said there too. There's 43 games left to start building that culture, that winning culture, and that starts always, in my opinion, with the pitching staff. If you have anything to make your pitchers better, you have to be able to use that. So the first man up in this new direction is Ryan Johnson, facing his hometown team tonight. Yeah, I mean, when you look at some things with Ryan Johnson, there is a lot of things to like, but there's also things he's got to work on. We know how good he could be from the full windup. Stretch position is different. Early parts of the count different for him. So maybe with this new technology and the emphasis what we've seen in the past, we saw him using it last year, maybe that gets better because the stuff is there, the deception is there, but you got to start believing in yourself and go out there and dominate the strike zone. And he'll face another Dallas area kid tonight in lefty Cody Bradford on the mound for the Rangers. Game 2 of the series, extra inning ball game yesterday. Wade Meckler had a home run robbery. We'll break all of it down for you coming up in just a moment.
What if you could have shades like these for a fraction of big brand prices? With Shady Rays, you can. We're an independent company, so we do things differently. We offer high-quality polarized shades for a reasonable price. And we personally replace shades that get lost or broken. So far, we've racked up over 300,000 five-star reviews. I founded Shady Rays so that we can have sunglasses that stand up to whatever life throws at us. Order now and get 20% off site-wide at shadyrays.com.
The journey. It starts here, on the fields where dreams begin. Every swing counts. Every step matters. Every moment inspires. The fundamentals today, the possibilities of tomorrow. Pitch, hit, and run. The journey starts here. Scan the QR code to sign up today.
Want to pitch like Paul Skeens?
Holy smoke. Operative word is smoke.
Or hit like this guy? Learn how to play like the pros from the pros themselves.
The secret ingredient, a whole lot of fun.
Play ball all season long, only on MLB Network.
Angels baseball on ABTV, brought to you by Hyundai. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event deals so right, they almost feel wrong. Only your local SoCal Hyundai dealer. By Jack in the Box, Jack's new Philly-style bonus Jack combo, shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers, and melty cheese starting at $5.99. Hello. And brought to you with the help of the SoCal Honda dealers. Follow at Helpful Honda. They can help you too. The receiving line for Mark Gubiza upon entering Angel Stadium today.
That's how I roll, Wayne, every single day.
And also Korean Heritage Night here at the ballpark. Which some of that was for that too. Angels getting ready to take the field here tonight ahead of the second in this 4-game series. We'll see Wade Meckler head out to right field after a big home run robbery against Corey Seager last night.
Yeah, Wayne, bottom line, just going back to what happened earlier today. As a player, you feel like you've let down your friends, and that means part of your coaching staff. So I expect a really good well-played game today by Halos, led by Ryan Johnson, and have the Mech out there bringing the energy in right field and when he's on the bases too.
Now there's certainly been plenty of change, obviously, with the general manager position. Perry Manassian let go before the draft. John Mozeliak coming in as the interim GM, and now more change with the pitching coaches gone. Mike Maddox, who certainly has a long tenure in Major League Baseball, both as a pitcher himself and as a coach, as he has let go Darryl Scott, Dom Chidi, all guys have been around for a while. And well, a new direction indeed for the Angels, maybe more reliant on some of the technology that's been available but hasn't really been used fully throughout the season. And the Angels now feeling like they can use this to get these guys headed in the right direction, see that growth that John Mozeliak talked about earlier today. And it starts with Ryan Johnson here this evening.
And to see if that could be the case to get this team turned around in the right direction, then you got to make those decisions during the wintertime. How many players are going to be here, the staff, and it's what direction this team is going in. My go-tos for Ryan Johnson to be solid here tonight against Texas. He's pitching against his hometown team. Command the corners with his cutter, 22 punch outs with his cutter, but it's really that solid first pitch control. What that means, 444 batting average with 5 home runs allowed on the first pitch put in play. And if you look at this Ranger lineup, a lot of guys in there, there's over 26 home runs on the first pitch put in play. So that first pitch is real important.
We will do exactly that. Look at the Ranger lineup. Jock Peterson is in the leadoff spot today as the DH. Wyatt Langford hitting second, and Corey Seager batting third. Nimmo's been hot. Ezekiel Duran's had a good year. Evan Carter starting in center field. Even some power toward the bottom of the order with Jake Berger batting seventh for OC native Skip Schumacher.
There's SoCal Honda, the defense behind Ryan Johnson today. Hopefully be more consistent. He's throwing those strikes, getting those ground balls. And Zach Neto, he had that little bit of a tough stretch in the middle part of the season, but he's turned around, 1 defensive run save so far this season. Now he's always at the top of the game as far as that. 50 double plays turned. Peraza who's really solid also at the second base position. Grissom, Sean Noel in the infield. Heineman behind the plate.
It's a beautiful night here at Angel Stadium. It often is, and the Halos trying to get a win in this spoiler type effort against the Texas Rangers, who were a 10-inning winner last night. First pitch tonight is a strike to Jock Peterson. For Ryan Johnson throughout this season, he's been one pitcher with the bases empty. He's been another with men on base. You see the deception in his windup. He is unable to carry that over when he's pitching out of the stretch.
Yeah, really, it's a big time, plus when he's in the full windup. That cutter right there. Hitters aren't used to this kind of delivery, especially from this arm angle also.
There's Peterson, slams one towards center. Trout goes back for it, out near the wall, and that goes. A home run for Jock Peterson to start the ball game. So even without a man on base, Ryan Johnson gets bit by the long ball. He's allowed at least one home run now in 8 consecutive starts.
And that was an 0-2 pitch right down the heart of the plate. I mentioned about the cutter, so important on the corners. The first cutter he threw him was perfect. This cutter was right down the heart of the plate. See where he wanted that. He wanted the back door of the cutter, and it stayed right in the heart of the plate. And Ryan Johnson knew it right away. Just a flat pitch, middle of the plate, and he stayed on it really well. 104.8 off the bat. And just like that, Rangers with the lead.
22 home runs for Peterson, 21 against right-handed pitching. He has certainly pounded away at right-handers at the top of this order for Texas. And he's had a nice year for them. He leads the Rangers in home runs. Wyatt Langford is the #2 hitter, as he has the count 2 balls and no strikes. Well, I was going to say that with the bases empty, opponents only with a .697 OPS against Johnson this year. With men on base, they're hitting .372 with an .1173 OPS. But a leadoff home run by Peterson, and now the first out of the game as Langford grounds out to third.
And always the key. I mean, there's going to be mistakes like that, especially early in the game for starting pitcher. But you just got to clear the mind as quick as possible and just have some trust that your offense will start getting it going. And that hopefully is the case here tonight.
Johnson's typically been pretty good in the first inning. Only 1 run allowed in the first over his last 8 starts. But a run allowed early in this one. And now Corey Seager looks at strike 1.
He thought about challenging that. He might have been all right on that one.
These early challenges can come with some risk. Seager let that go by, and now he drives one toward right field. Meckler robbed him yesterday. Won't need to do much here. Just a routine play.
Don't mess with the Mech out there, Seager.
No. He learned that last night.
That cutter a little bit more of the plate there too.
It's described by Angels social media as a spectacular play yesterday. That feels like you fed them that line.
He is the back.
That he is, and that was a really great play by Meckler. He told you that was the first home run robbery of his life.
Yes, that was incredible.
Brandon Nimmo takes ball 1. It was a legit home run robbery on what could have been a 3-run homer. The Rangers ended up winning by 3 anyway. It took extra innings to get there. Nimmo had the go-ahead hit last night. He's been red hot lately in the month of August, batting .424.
You can always tell when a hitter's locked in. You just lay off those close pitches as if you knew they were a ball. The first one actually could have even been a strike.
2 balls and no strikes here as Nimmo pops it up. This one will reach the seats and gives us a chance to show you a spectacular play.
How about your first home run robbery at home, a place you used to go to all the time as a kid, next to Mike Trout out there in center field too, just to add the drama.
Pretty excellent play by Meckler. 2 balls and a strike, and now 3-1 on Nimmo. The Angels had opportunities to win the game last night. Scored in the first inning, but not again. There's an offer with runners in scoring position. That's been a big problem for the Angels lately. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Nimmo. Although it was asked to John Mozeliak earlier today, well, what about the hitting processes? If the pitching processes weren't right, what about the offense? Because they haven't been scoring many runs. Mozeliak did say that he felt comfortable with at least how the offense is going about getting their work in and what information is being spread to them. As Nimmo fouls another one back. So at least for now, the way the hitting coaching is going is good enough, and the Angels will try to figure out ways to score runs.
I'm guessing that what it means is they're trusting the process as far as what they're trying to do at the plate. They just haven't been able to be successful for the most part, especially lately.
Ground ball and a base hit for Brandon Nimmo, so he's on with 2 outs, and he continues his red-hot hitting this month.
And in this game tonight, you're seeing 2 incredibly different arm angles between the 2 pitchers. Take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. You see Bradford with his arm angle at 51 degree. Then you have Ryan Johnson at 18 degree as far as that release point. I mean, it is pretty amazing the difference between the 2. Over the top more for Bradford, that sidearm. That leaves, though, at times for Ryan Johnson some pitches that leak over the middle of the plate. We've seen 3 of them on his cutter so far tonight.
And now pitching from the stretch for the first time. You know, ultimately, how long do you think it would take before you do start to see results from a new pitching coach and different ways to implement information?
I think especially from the stretch position, you'll be able to find, okay, how can we hide the baseball a little bit better? You see how quickly he opens up there. I think the hitters have a little longer of an opportunity to be able to pick the baseball up in his hand. It would be just as simple as trying to keep that left hip closed in a little bit longer and hide the baseball more so. As you can see in that delivery from the stretch position, it's already, as soon as he goes to throw, it's already opened up. It gives a chance that arm drags out. You're here, a perfect angle here. That hip has already kind of started to open up from the stretch position. Now you're seeing that arm angle and the hand. You can see the baseball just a little bit longer. It's not, you don't have a whole lot of time to make contact to begin with, but the better chance if you can see it longer.
I mean, it's a stark contrast, I think, to when he's pitching out of the windup, because he's able to hold the baseball in a spot where you really can't see it until he's
exactly,
let it go.
You're exactly right on that one.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Ezekiel Duran.
Could be as simple as just having that, you know, from the stretch there, just close it a little bit more, so have that front foot out even closer towards the third base bag. Just have it further out. That means it allows you to stay closed just a little bit longer.
2-2 the count on Duran. It's funny, sometimes you'll hear a pitcher have a breakout season. This time was called, and I think time was held up there, so that pitch won't count. But you'll hear a guy in a breakout year, and they'll say, well, what's different? And he'll say, well, I turned my wrist just a little bit on that pitch, and then I moved to the other side of the rubber, and now I'm a Cy Young candidate.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, Wayne, you've been around me a long time now. Pitchers, just a phrase or a word can change you completely around. Completely around.
Sometimes within the same day.
Yes. Yes. Or within 10 seconds.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
But I mean, it's sometime. I mean, with Kevin Apier, we were teammates in Kansas City, and he was part of the World Series team here in '02. Yeah, I can just point at his shoulder during the game if he looked in the dugout. He did that all the time, and I would point what I thought he was doing wrong, and he could lock right back in so quickly.
The Angels, of course, 13 pitchers on the roster. They all have different needs. You know, you have the starters and the relievers separated in that regard, but some new faces as well. And, well, a lot of work for a coaching staff to get each guy pointed in the right direction. Some guys need more than others. As Duran crushes 1 foul, I would say how Walbert Urania and Reed Detmers are operating right now. They don't need a lot of attention.
But like with that TrackMan, you can see things like that as far as arm angles quickly and determine, okay, this is what you're doing. That's why your angle's a little bit lower. This is why it's a little bit higher. And you can look at that technology and really be able to clean it up quickly.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Duran. 8th pitch of the at bat. And another foul. You know, I think another thing about what we've seen here from Johnson in the early going, it doesn't always impact a base hit or OPS or this and that, the numbers. How about just the fact that Duran's been able to foul all these pitches and elongate this inning even more? This is already going to be a 24-pitch inning.
Well, you notice a lot of the pitches are on the outer part of the plate, middle to middle away. He's comfortable looking out and diving that part of the plate.
2 balls, 2 strikes as Duran fouls off. And
see, I mean, that's a perfect pitch. You shouldn't be able to have that kind of a swing on that pitch. How's that happen? He's diving. And how you prevent that? I got to show something inside. I mean, that is a perfect spot. And he was able to foul it off.
So Duran continues the battle here. This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. It's the 25th delivery of this inning for Ryan Johnson. A run is in on the homer by Jock Peterson. And Duran that time laid off at ball 3. There's ball 4. So Johnson never could put Duran away. And it ends up being a 2-out walk after the base hit by Nimmo.
That's when it gets real interesting. It's a time where, you know, you have that little different voice potentially coming out to you as a pitching coach.
Tyler Heineman is out right now. Maybe Tim Lebeck. It's all about the game with Tim Lebeck as he looks on right now.
I had a chance to talk to him quite a bit in spring training. He really has a great idea.
He's a Crespi Carmelite from Encino.
Oh, we talked a little bit about that. Said Chaminade Eagles. And he just looked at me, guy, we beat you up all the time. It's all right. That's all right. We're still friends.
Well, that's good. Tim Lebeck has come up from Double-A. Kind of just a coincidence that this man who spent 2 decades working under John Mozeliak with the Cardinals was the Double-A pitching coach for the Angels this year. Mozeliak coming in mid-season and inheriting essentially a guy that he has worked with and had under him for a long time. So Tim Lebeck, trusted by Mozeliak, he is the interim pitching coach. And you see Michael Wirtz, former major league reliever, had some years with the Cubs. He is in the bullpen as the bullpen coach. No balls and a strike on Evan Carter.
And you could tell by just the way he's looking at Ryan Johnson if he's seen anything different from when he saw him earlier down in Double-A.
Seeing a very long inning here as Johnson is already nearing 30 pitches in the top of the first. The count is 2 balls and a strike on Carter. Jock Peterson hit a home run on an 0-2 pitch to start this game. Only the 11th home run allowed by the Angels this year after getting ahead in the count 0-2. It's the 3rd fewest in the majors. And well, Tim Lebeck's going to be on the phone here a lot earlier than he thought in his first game as interim pitching coach. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You have a batter at the plate who has been struggling this year, but when you're working ahead of the count as a hitter, doesn't matter what you're hitting, you feel pretty comfortable you're going to get a pitch in your zone.
So Johnson trying to get out of trouble here, only 1 run home. And that's there, strike 3, although Carter wants to take a look.
I think he's going to be all right on that one. That's going to be a ball.
The previous pitch was called a strike. The batter is
Looks like an ABS powered by T-Mobile. We'll see if Carter sticks around. And he does, not by a lot, but it is ball 3.
Texas has 2 remaining.
And that's the perfect time to challenge. I know it's only the first inning, but this changes everything around now. Both runners on the move. It's a 3-2 count. A lot of pitches thrown for Ryan Johnson.
Over 30 of them. Nimmo will take off from second base and Duran from first. As Carter golfs one toward right center. Hit it to a guy who owns a golf course. Mike Trout has that to end the inning.
TimberTech looks so much like wood because we really study wood. That kind of nuance you just can't achieve without pushing the boundaries of what's possible technically. So as climate evolves, as wildfires become more of a concern, the ability to maintain the product in high moisture or high UV radiation environments, we're constantly working to be able to stay ahead of those needs of consumers even before they know they have them.
When your home has hardy fiber cement siding, it becomes the home neighbors want. They might not ask, how is this siding so durable? But their faces will, which is your cue to proudly say it's hardy fiber cement. And those looks are them wondering, is it always this beautiful? Yeah, it even holds its own against hailstorms, which will get them thinking about upgrading their own siding. James Hardy, what the best are made of.
Adding throwing creatine has definitely helped me with how I perform on the court. I feel like I have a lot of endurance throughout the 82-game season, and I'm making those split-second decisions with a clear mind and a clear vision. It seems like the game slows down with throwing.
Join your
Today's lineup brought to you by Cadillac of Laguna Niguel as Zach Neto leads it off for the Angels against the lefty. Again, Mike Trout hitting second. Shotwell bats third. Vaughn Grissom in the cleanup spot. Peraza's at second base. Ballesteros, the DH, hit six. Siri, Meckler, Heineman, the bottom of the order. Against lefty Cody Bradford, who missed all of last year and most of this year with an elbow injury. Had that internal brace procedure. Made his return to the major leagues in his last outing on August 5th.
You could even tell by the way he's gripping that baseball. He throws a lot of changeups. A good changeup. My go-tos to be successful and score some runs early on. Has barreled that changeup up in the zone, out of the zone. Very difficult one to make good contact. Quick hands also on the heater.
Not a hard thrower by any means, even before the injury. Yes, his first pitch is a changeup at 78 miles an hour, but his fastball velocity averaged 88 in his first start against the Giants.
It plays pretty good though because of his extension of 7.1 feet. Kind of like Bennett for Boston, who doesn't throw upper 90s, but that 93, 94 played up as if it's 98.
And there is that 88 mile an hour fastball somewhere. Dan Herron is smiling watching that. He threw 88.
Yes.
That's a strike from Bradford, and it's 2-1. Neto with 20 home runs on the year. We've seen him in the cleanup spot a bit lately, but he's also been leading off against left-handers.
Just staying on the baseball and hit it on the barrel.
Out in front of that, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Neto has just 5 home runs against lefties this year out of his 20, but he does have a higher batting average, 240. Overall, 223. Smacks it. It's fair down the left field line. Neto tomahawks that to the left field corner and has a leadoff double.
That's some quick hands on a heater. 23rd double right away in scoring position for Mike Trout. That was above the strike zone. Talk about some quick hands, and they were level on that swing. 101.6 off the bat. Just stay fair.
The Angels with a man in scoring position here in the bottom of the first, trying to answer after a run for Texas in the top of the inning. There's Trout inside, outing 1 foul. Mike Trout went deep in the first yesterday. It was a curveball from Mackenzie Gore.
Yeah, and hadn't hit a curveball out in about a year, but he gets this one. Hits out his 111th career first inning home run for Trout, tying Junior 8th most all time in the first inning.
There's a line drive toward the middle, fielded by Seager on 1 hop. Trout's out, and Neto still at second.
And that defense behind me, see Seager making a nice play. They're pretty strong, especially up the middle with Carter out in center field. He's got 5 defensive runs saved. He's one of the best in all of baseball in center. They had another good one out there last night in Langford, so they're pretty solid all the way around in the outfield today for the Rangers.
I love what Kurt Suzuki said about Mike Trout's homer yesterday. He called it a good piece of hitting. You know, we always hear that in reference to little squeaky line drives the other way or an inside out swing. That's often referred to as a good piece of hitting. What about one out to the California Spectacular? You know, that's a good piece of hitting too.
Well, that's a tremendous piece of hitting.
It certainly was, and it was Mike Trout's 424th good piece of hitting in his career as far as the long ball is concerned. Neto's dancing around at second base. Shotwell takes ball 2.
Yeah, he's think with ran so far off the bag, if he could time it right, he'd be able to steal, although it's a clear path throw to third base for win, but he hasn't thrown out a whole lot of base stealers so far this year. 13%.
2 balls, no strikes on Shotwell, and that's low, and it's 3-0. Bradford was having a pretty good year in 2024 for the Rangers. Had a great start to that season, and then he got hurt. He had a rib stress fracture that kept him out for a few months, returned, and he pitched pretty well that season. But only 13 starts. For a kid from Aledo, Texas, only about 30 miles from Arlington, Texas. So imagine being on the first ever Texas Ranger World Championship team, as Bradford was, pitching out of the bullpen that October.
That'll make you feel good.
Pitched in 5 playoff games, 2 in the World Series. He only allowed 1 run total in those 5 games. The count on Shotwell's 3 balls and 1 strike. ball 4. So a walk from Bradford. Couple of base runners for the Angels, setting up Vaughn Grissom.
Hyundai key for the game today for the Halos. Going Leonard Skinner. Tuesday's gone. Let's add some big flies here today. Need some home runs. It's been a while where the Halos put a couple games together, where a couple home runs together in a game. So hopefully tonight is the night. Tuesday's gone.
Well, not yet. We haven't even done Gooby Tuesday yet. Tuesday's still here.
It's still here. But I want some baseball's gone.
See if Vaughn
helps a successful Gooby Tuesdays.
Yeah, well, what's the record? Well, I don't know. Maybe we won't talk about it.
No, not yet.
First and second here is Grissom. He grounds one straight to the third baseman. Duran to second base for one. Lopez to first. That's a double play around the horn to end the first.
Soda's heroic era is finally here. Start a brand new day with Poppy's Cherry Limeade, Wild Berry, and friendly new neighborhood flavor, Lemonade. Ready to go wherever your journey takes you. Sip like a hero with Poppy. Spider-Man, brand new day in theaters July 31st.
When you're young, you don't just get handed trust. You have to earn it. By hand. You listen and ask questions. And see the way things have always been. But like never before. You realize time doesn't make something timeless. Standards do. Because if you want your name to last forever, you have to build your legacy, one step at a time.
Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Saturdays on MLB Network and wherever you get your podcasts.
Difference from the full windup in the stretch. You see on the left how he hides the baseball. It's behind the back and bam, on you. On the stretch position, that front hip opens up quicker, and where you see the baseball just a little bit longer on the right in the stretch position.
Lost the rec specs on that one pitch too.
That's all part of the deception.
Jake Berger with a swing and a miss on Cutter. I can imagine if the glasses are halfway flying at you, that also will deceive the hitter.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Balls and a strike. Berger now 0-2. We talked about the OPS difference. It's enormous for the bases empty versus runners on, although Texas getting a run here out of the gate today on a leadoff homer. Berger can hit the long ball too. He had a big hit last night, a 2-run single over a drawn-in infield with the bases loaded in the 10th inning yesterday. It was after Brandon Nimmo already gave the Rangers the lead. And the Angels elected to keep the infield in as Berger popped it over their heads. He strikes out here though on 3 pitches, and Johnson has his first K.
And not exactly where he wanted to throw that sweeper, but the speed of the pitch threw him off. Sometimes as a hitter, you're anticipating, you're reading the spin. You think it's you know it's a breaker ball. You're expecting it to go away on the outside part, and it stayed right in the heart of the plate. That was a dangerous pitch, but froze him.
A lot of punch outs for Berger this year. That's 123. Austin Wynns bats with 1 out. He's doing the catching. Rangers got some good news in the catching department, and that Danny Jansen is making progress with his rehab assignment, moving up to AAA now. So it sounds like he's going to be back sooner than later. I'm not sure how much that impacts Logan O'Hoppe, who's at AAA for the Rangers now. Jansen and Higashioka are back in the picture, plus Elias Diaz.
He's really played well for him.
Going to be tougher for O'Hoppe to break through from Round Rock. Swing and a miss by Wynns.
That was a great sweeper there from Ryan Johnson. Good delivery. Stayed on top of that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes as that cutter went away. That cutter has been a big part of his repertoire this season.
And that's a lot of times it's harder than a sinker as far as velocity.
Cutter's been a good pitch for him, a pitch that really has added a lot of flavor to what he's throwing out there. Goes to it 36% of the time with 2 strikes. We just saw Cutter on the last pitch. That time a sweeping breaking ball, missing for ball 3.
And the more you watch Ryan throw the baseball, Wayne, the more you think it is difficult to be consistent from that arm angle to stay on top of the baseball with your cutter, with your sweeper, to make sure it goes down and doesn't go flat over the plate.
And Wynn's reaching there on the cutter. It's a pop up to shallow right. That's Wade Meckler in for the out. 2 up, 2 down.
The Rooster running in and making the play.
There goes the Rooster. Nicky Lopez, the batter, with 2 outs. Lopez was on the receiving end of Ezekiel Duran's throw to second when the Rangers turned a 5-4-3 double play. You can see him put his hand up as that sun peeks through. That's why a few weeks ago we saw Vaughn Grissom bounce a ball to second base to Oswald Peraza on a double play try. Lopez made sure he was able to shield that sun that peeks through the stands here. You see it glaring off of Neto at the moment, as Lopez was able to catch that ball, shield his eyes, and then throw it on to first for that inning-ending double play in the first inning.
See right there, it's a good view, and that's on Neto. He's a little bit further away from the bag at this moment.
Doesn't last very long, but certainly can be a nuisance to a middle infielder while it is out there for the 15-20 minutes that it's an issue.
That's all part of the beauty of Southern California, is dealing with the sunshine. Other parts of the country, not as much.
2 balls and a strike on Nicky Lopez. It's been raining like crazy in the Midwest and out east over the last few weeks. It seems like every time I see a weather report from Chicago, there's some tornado warning.
And that's not you flying in?
No. Could be Nicky Lopez, though. He's from there, too.
Yes.
Chicagoland native. Went to Naperville Central High School. His dad is actually in the Chicago 16-inch softball Hall of Fame.
Wow.
And the big softball with you play barehanded. His dad, Bob Lopez, is a 16-inch softball Hall of Famer in Chicago. We're only telling you this because Nicky's taken a long time after that foul ball off himself.
I just wanted to get that whole story out there. That's why.
Evidently. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Lopez. This is that play we were talking about with Vaughn Grissom. It was a perfect one-hop throw.
You can see that sun was going right in Peraza's eyes. He was able to track that at the ground and then into the glove.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. A good splitter, tailing away from Lopez to win the inning.
Don't know who can clean this? Thumbtack knows. Get recommendations for every kind of home project. Hire the right pro today.
What is the dumbest thing you've ever wasted money on?
I was paying for 2 subscriptions over like 3 years.
That's like $1,400,000. How'd you figure that out?
I saw an app that shows you all the monthly subscriptions you have and how much you're paying.
So what'd you do then? Just like call and cancel, or?
I have a phobia of making calls, so absolutely I did not do that. The app, you can cancel the app.
What is the app called?
Rocket Money.
With Kalshi, you can trade on anything.
Man, tell them something they don't know. Like I'm from Greece.
Looking good, Johnny-O!
Before I was born late one night, but Papa said everything's alright.
Hello, campeón.
Come celebrate D23 Day at the Big A tomorrow. The Angels take on the Texas Rangers. The first 3,000 fans in attendance get a commemorative, one-of-a-kind, limited release D23 Mickey Mouse bobblehead, plus a limited number of unique golden Mickeys, randomly distributed. Angels.com/promotions, and a strike to Oswald Peraza. No balls, 2 strikes.
Bradford way over in that third base side of the pitching rubber, and he is making connection with the pitching rubber. See how far over he is on that third base side of the pitching rubber.
Yeah, you're supposed to be making contact as you deliver, as Peraza pops it up. It's easy for Nicky Lopez, 1 out, although if you question Zach Wheeler on it, maybe he'll tell you a few things himself.
Yeah, just don't question it. Difference. So you'll have a good idea of the difference in these pitching windup and the arm angles, the difference between the two. That is unbelievable. That arm angle for Bradford, almost right over the top, and then the sidearm delivery for Ryan Johnson. That gives you a perfect view of the difference.
It's like a scary movie scene.
He could be doing the YMCA.
Could be doing that. A couple of guys from the Dallas area. Bradford from Aledo, Texas. Johnson from Dallas proper. As Bradford was the valedictorian at Aledo, Texas, by the way, in Aledo High School.
Wow.
After the Rangers won the World Series, they started a scholarship at the high school given each year to the baseball player with the highest GPA. Fly ball to left center from Ballesteros. This is Carter sizing it up. 2 outs. You give that scholarship at your high school.
Yes.
Penn Charter.
Anthony Gubaza scholarship for my dad, who coached over there at high school at Penn Charter. Kids in my neighborhood who might not have a chance to go to such a good school like William Penn Charter. Michael Ciani made it to the major leagues. He was part of that scholarship run.
2 outs and the base is empty for Jose Siri. Rangers TV broadcast spent a lot of time dissecting Siri's earrings last night. We were asking around about it today. He said, "What do you know about Jose's earrings?" I said, "I know they're long."
No, they're earrings.
Yeah, so that too. We're 2 for 2. What else do you need to know? No balls and 2 strikes.
Wears them on his ears.
That's right.
That's about as good as it gets.
We covered all the bases. I said, I don't know, ask Erica. She's the one who is down on the field typically finding these things out. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Siri.
That was an interesting target from Wynn. He just had the glove up there, just basically talking with the gloves. I hear, throw it up here. No, I was thinking that changeup alerting the third baseman there.
Was the changeup, and it is strike 3, a 1-2-3 inning for Bradford.
Want to pitch like Paul Skeens?
Holy smoke. Operative word is smoke.
Or hit like this guy? Learn how to play like the pros from the pros themselves.
The secret ingredient, a whole lot of fun.
Play ball all season long, only on MLB Network.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Join Matt Yatloff and Greg Caserta on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer. MLB Big Inning. All season.
Jock Peterson starts it off here in the top of the third. He started the game with a home run. 976 OPS entering today, batting leadoff. Only behind Pete Crow Armstrong, who continues to have an MVP-like season for the Chicago Cubs. He homered in a Cubs win today as well. Peterson here looking at strike one. It's been a resurgent year for Jock Peterson. A couple of seasons recently where it looked like Peterson was on the downside of his career, but he's roared back this season.
He's still pretty quick. When you make a mistake, you saw that in the first inning.
He had some injuries last year, but he only hit 181 in 96 games. And a pretty good year for the Diamondbacks 2 years ago when he had 23 homers. Now has 22, on pace for his most homers in a season since 2019.
A good slow sweeper there. It's a big inning here for Ryan Johnson. Second time through in this part of the lineup with a lot of power, especially guys that are real successful early in counts.
Three balls and 2 strikes. That's ball 4. So now Johnson will have to deal with a man on base here right to start this inning as he issues a leadoff walk. Second walk from Johnson today. There have been some issues with the base on balls this year for him. Overall now with 27 walks in 52 innings, a little higher rate than you'd like to see. A starting pitcher especially. And that walk to strikeout ratio overall not terribly in favor of Johnson. 40 strikeouts, 27 walks, and he's given up 14 home runs, including the one today. So
got a favorable call there.
It's to Wyatt Langford, who grounded out his first time.
Not a big ground ball guy. Although he has had 6 ground ball double plays turned behind him, about 35%. Good ground ball slang for the first time up.
Yeah, neither one of these starting pitchers today is adept at getting many ground balls. As Johnson misses with ball 1 to Langford.
So far the Rangers done a nice job of laying off that splitter. It's a pretty effective pitch for him too. It's a 184 batting average. Whiff percentage just under 35%.
That's at the knees for strike 3. So that cutter gets over. Langford takes it. And that's the 3rd strikeout tonight for Johnson.
2 looking.
That one may have been just under the zone, but no challenge there from Langford. Kind of still in a spot in the game where you're more apt to just accept it and think about using those challenges later, although Carter successfully used one for the Rangers in the 1st inning. This ball is yanked foul by Seager.
Hey, he swung at the first pitch.
About a 50-50 proposition largely for Seager, although it seems like more every time we see it.
Yes.
Sometimes it'll be an entire game where he swings at the first pitch and in every single at bat. He gets this ball sharply towards center. Trout goes back for it. Out near the wall. Trout makes the catch up near the fence. Seager gave it a ride, but Trout had just enough room to make the grab. 2 outs as Peterson goes back to first.
The baseball hit in the air here for Seager. I mean, he hits the ball to all fields exceptionally well. Working towards that 396 sign.
Trout able to bring that one down as Seager flies out. It's a couple of times now Seager's flirted with a homer in this series and fell a little short. Had Meckler take one away from him over the wall last night. Here's a high pop up from Brandon Nimmo.
Go down there and get it, Wayne. You get it.
And Zach Neto's got this handled. That's the 3rd out.
Want to pitch like Paul Skeens?
Holy smoke. Operative word is smoke.
Or hit like this guy? Learn how to play like the pros from the pros themselves.
The secret ingredient, a whole lot of fun.
Play ball all season long, only on MLB Network.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
With Kalshi, you can trade on anything.
Man, tell them something they don't know. Like I'm from Greece.
Looking good, Johnny-O!
Before I was born late one night, but Papa said everything's alright.
Hello, campeón.
Angels batting in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, down by 1. Wade Meckler is due up this inning, and take a look at Meckler, growing up Angels fan, born in Anaheim, went to Esperanza High School. We've been talking about the tremendous catch he made last night, robbing Corey Seager of a 3-run home run. And as Gooby mentioned earlier, it's the very first time he's ever robbed a home run in his baseball career. And that's time for our Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card Active Mike.
I have not. No. I was an infielder up until my junior year of college. I played left field at Oregon State, which we had a huge, like, 30-foot wall in left field, impossible there. And then never did it in the minor leagues, and so that was the first one.
And guys, that obviously extra special, making that catch with his childhood idol, Mike Trout, looking on as Meckler finds his way, shockingly, to first base. Back to you.
He found his way through the infield there with a bouncing ball base hit, so the Angels have their leadoff man on here in the 3rd.
Yeah, I think even if Seager gets there, there's no way he's throwing out Meckler. He could fly down the line.
Tyler Heineman is behind the plate today. Switch hitter batting right-handed, showing bunt, laying down a perfect bunt. Bradford's only play to first, gets Heineman. Well, even if Seager picks up that ball, no chance of getting Meckler, who's home to first. Faster than just about everybody except for the few guys in front of him.
Yeah, he gets down there so quick. As soon as he makes contact, he's running down the line. Kind of like Ichiro used to be able to do. Heineman is a tremendous bunter.
He seems to be.
Ooh, both sides of the plate.
Angels have now a man in scoring position. That's been a huge problem though lately as Zach Neto takes ball one. The Angels are 4 for their last 56 with runners in scoring position.
And you got the top of the order up here. Remember, he had a rocket double on a high fastball. Can't imagine Bradford giving him anything but a look at a changeup every single pitch here.
That's a strike, and it was the changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. Neto with the first Angel hit of the game as he doubled down the left field line. And Meckler with the second one, leading off this inning with a bouncing ball hit. Meckler with his good speed in scoring position now. See if the Angels can bring him around. Neto with a fly ball toward left. Langford's after it. He won't get there. Base hit. Meckler heads home. Here comes the throw in from Langford. Relay will not be made. Meckler's safe as he stumbles all over the plate. And the Angels get on the board.
I'll tell you what, Wade, I don't know if the communication was real good there, because I think there's a play at the plate there. Definitely a play at the plate. But the Rooster was rolling.
Well, he rolled right through the home plate umpire, Austin Jones. RBI for Zach Neto as Meckler looked like a bowling ball going through the umpire.
Now you can see a better angle here. That's another good swing, 2 for 2 already for Neto. But that baseball's in the glove of the left fielder. This is not a real good relay. I mean, he's just touching third base. But when you haven't been getting those base hits with runners in scoring position, even with Mike Trout coming up, you got to take some shots. And that's exactly what Keith Johnson did there, sending him home.
Well, now they're 1 for their last 1 with runners in scoring position.
Hey, you're only as good as your last at bat.
See if the Angels can move forward that way. Here is Trout as he looks at a strike. Trout grounded out in his first at bat today.
Look at the Mac.
Gotta love the Mac. It's all about the Mac. It's a 1-1 game with Trout facing an 0-2 count. Trout with his 20th home run of the season yesterday, his 11th 20-homer year.
Pretty amazing for Trout. 424 career home runs.
Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Of course, Trout's drawn a lot of walks on top of it this season. As the count goes to 2-2, he's on pace to become the first player age 34 or older to have 20 homers in a year and a walk rate of at least 18% since Barry Bonds in his last season in 2007. It's amazing no one's done that at that age since Bonds, because he was much older when he did it.
Got him on the hand.
It's Trout.
Right on the hand.
It sounded like it at the bat. It was so loud. Trout does have some gear over that left hand, some padding. We'll see where it hit him.
Right on that padding though, but right on the hand.
It's amazing how loud that still was.
Extremely.
It sounded like it hit the bat.
Right there. Doesn't look real comfortable though. We're seeing fastball. It was 90, but right on the hand.
Saying, why did they hit our guy?
I mean, every time you come to the ballpark, so many Mike Trout jerseys and fans wanting to get a chance to get an autograph or maybe a picture with Mike Trout or watch him do something special.
We'll stay in the game here after getting hit by that pitch. It'll be like that forever. And we were just in Baltimore. How many Cal Ripken jerseys do we still see when we go to Camden Yards? It's going to be like that 20, 30 years from now after he retires the Trout jerseys in this ballpark. Trout is on base. Neto now at second base, and the Angels trying to keep it cooking with runners in scoring position in this inning. And Zach Neto got the Angels on the board. Nolan Shonowell can give the Halos the lead. A double steal, throw to third, and they're both safe.
I like that right there. You could tell that last time Neto was thinking about it, and Trout picking up his 9th stolen base, 15th for Neto. That was a pretty quick throw, too.
A double steal, and the Angels now with 2 in scoring position. Neto at third and Trout now at second base. Look at Neto in fair territory. Taking a page out of the Tigers book.
McGonigal.
Shotwell lifts it right center field. Plenty deep enough to score the run. Nimmo to make the catch. Neto comes home. Over to third goes Trout. The Angels up 2-1. The ball gets away, but Trout will stay at third. RBI for Shotwell.
Yeah, Bradford did the right thing there. He's backing up towards third. A lot of times you think go back up at home, and there's not going to be a play at the plate, so he did a nice job of going in between. Otherwise, that could have been another run for the Halos.
And the double steal pays off right away.
Nice job by Shotwell. By the way, I saw a fan yesterday, Wayne. I know you'd be proud of this with Shauna Wow in the back of the jersey.
Incredible.
Shauna Wow.
Leads the team in sacrifice flies now at 5, paying that jersey off.
Yes.
2 outs with now Trout at third. It's ball 1 to Grissom. Big swing by Grissom. 1 ball 1 strike coming from Cody Bradford.
What was it, 88-mile-an-hour fastball? With that extension, though, it plays probably 93, 94 range. Elite extension.
He gets way down the mound. He's a pretty big guy, Bradford. 6'4", 197 pounds. Pretty much a full foot forward with that extension that he has. It's 3 balls and a strike on Grissom, and that helps kind of cover up for the fact that his fastball does not have a whole lot of heat.
It's pretty amazing when you think about Bradford and Ryan Johnson. Johnson's tall just like him, but the extension, it's amazing the difference with Bradford compared to Ryan Johnson.
That ball hammered toward left. Langford won't get it. Base hit. Grissom. Mike Trout scores. The Angels rolling with runners in scoring position here in this 3rd inning. They put up 3 as they have a 3-1 lead.
Another double. Von Grissom, 16th. The wedding crasher. Vince Von Grissom there. Jumps on a fastball upstairs. A couple fastballs upstairs so far have been hit for doubles. 1 by Neto, 1 for Grissom.
110 off the bat. That's about as hard as we've seen.
That was some serious wedding crashing.
So Jordan Teagues, the pitching coach for the Rangers, goes to the mound. The Angels up 3-1, and will take a ride with Hyundai.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Gotta run. Okay, bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
The sitting started with Wade Meckler bouncing a base hit through the middle. Heineman had the sac bunt. Neto brought in Meckler. Trout hit by a pitch. The double steal turned things toward the Angels' favor, especially. Then Shotwell the sac fly. Grissom an RBI double. And we've talked a lot about the Angels and maybe trying to run a bit more.
Yes. That created that both runs basically because you pitch differently with a guy on third.
Well, you don't have some of these guys that are really home run reliant around either. Joe Adell was traded. Soler was let go. Ohapi was traded. Guys who are really extra base hit reliant to bring people around. You have more athleticism in that regard in the lineup, so why not use it? This team is not scoring runs much of late. And look how this double steal changed the whole inning.
Completely, and it changes with your thought process as a pitcher. When you have a man on third, that change up or even a break ball in the dirt goes away.
Here's a liner to left from Peraza. Langford back for it to end the inning. But the Angels put up 3. Zach Neto with the RBI. So did Shotwell, and Vaughn Grissom celebrates opening up a 3-run third.
Hey. Hi. Could you please submit your expenses today? You have those expense reports? Hi. Can you submit those receipts?
Never chase a receipt again. Ram. Love finance.
It's basically
you do this. Stealing is when somebody has the ball and they're going to tag the other person and somebody else takes it out of the glove.
If you want to just catch the ball, that's okay. And if you don't want to catch the ball, that's a strikeout.
Because it's fun and you don't have to be good at it, you can just play ball.
Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Saturdays on MLB Network and wherever you get your podcasts.
Three runs in the bottom of the third for the Angels. They take the lead over the Rangers. A productive inning. A crooked number. Some hits with runners in scoring position. Couple of stolen bases. And the Angels on the move. That's how you do it right there.
Just pressing the issue, and Meckler showing the speed. Trout able to come around after getting hit in the hand. Zach Neto with the stolen base also.
This team's trying to score 5 runs in a game for the first time since July 24th. Runs have certainly been tough to come by. You're not hitting with runners in scoring position. You're not pressing the issue on the bases. It's tough to get guys across. The Angels did all of that in that third inning, and that's how you end up with that 3 spot.
Like pressing the issue, putting some pressure on the defense. Even that relay throw, you thought they might have a chance. It's because you're moving guys, pressuring the defense. They weren't able to react and make the throw.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Ezekiel Duran leading off here in the 4th. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Splitter. So far, Ryan Johnson has been doing a nice job as far as tunneling his pitches so far. His 3 pitches between his sinker, cutter, and that sweeper. That splitter's been good. Dropping out of this different type of zones on there too. And there's that split. Not a lot of spin to it, but a good drop in the speed of the pitch. So that splitter, cutter, sweeper doing their thing so far from that same slot, the tunneling. There it is again. Drop that backdoor sweeper. Pretty good arm action too on his splitter so far, Wayne. So I'm liking what he's seeing. It's not forcing it, it's trusting the grip. That's so important for a splitter or a changeup.
Ball 1 strike on Carter's swing and a miss. So that splitter and that cutter working together here tonight as Johnson plays one off the other and has mostly utilized those 2 pitches here to go with his breaking ball, the sweeper. Carter chopping it. Shallowell grabs it with the backhand, and Johnson where he needs to be to record the out.
Textbook as far as getting over anything on that right side of the infield, and a good feed from Shallowell to Ryan Johnson. Especially because of the speed that Carter has going down the line.
Cutter, sweeper, splitter for about 90% of the pitches. He's almost abandoned throwing any sort of regular fastball here.
That's when you hear people saying he's got to use his sinker more. I mean, he doesn't throw it a whole lot. That's why I don't think you have to. You can show it, but the cutter works almost like a fastball for him.
He's thrown that sinker only 7 times in this game, so he's shown it, as you said, but the success has come off playing the cutter, splitter, sweeper mix. 2 up, 2 down in this inning, and Berger takes ball 1. 4 strikeouts now for Johnson. He's not allowed a hit since Nimmo had a single with 2 outs in the first.
Pretty good number of strikes thrown from that cutter. 23 of 30.
There's the sweeper. 1 ball, 1 strike. It was a laborious first inning in terms of the pitch count, but he's been very efficient since then. Maybe he can at least last through 5 here.
Thank you for that word too.
Laborious.
Yes, appreciate that.
Anytime. Berger yanks one foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got to make that play down there, I think. See all the pitches in the first inning, much better since. Ball boy regroups for the next one. Swing and a miss, strike three.
Cutter cuts like a knife. Little Brian Adams right there.
Serious action on that pitch too. 1-2-3 inning for Johnson.
You read every label at the grocery store, but have you read your dog's food label? Sundays for Dogs gently air dries meat and superfoods to preserve nutrients and flavor. It's healthy, complete nutrition with no artificial preservatives, fillers, or synthetics. Plus, there's no refrigeration or thawing required. Just scoop and serve. See the difference real food makes in your dog's life. Get 30% off your first box today.
Why go on Roe? Because 1 in 4 guys experience ED. On Roe, ED feels like no big deal. Connect with a provider to find treatment that could be right for you. 100% online.
Roe designed or curated treatments to make ED feel less stressful. There are options to fit every need, like fast-acting dissolvables or daily gummies. If 1 in 4 guys deal with ED,
then 1 in 4 guys should go on Roe.
Guys, connect with a provider at roe.co to see if you qualify.
I never considered myself an alcoholic, but drinking affected my job, health, and relationships. A powerful medication helped me take back control. Now I no longer feel the urge to drink, and the same pill that helped me could help you. Text TV5 to 710-710 to learn more.
We talked about the Angels' issues with runners in scoring position, major issues over the last 10 games, but a breakthrough in that third inning with a couple of hits.
Yeah, good swing there by both Grissom and Neto on elevated fastballs, and showing, well, yeah, he's going to thumb up. I got a sac fly.
Yeah, you don't have to be murderer's row to score runs, especially in today's game. Moises Ballesteros leads off here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
But the more guys you get into scoring position, better chances, even a sac fly. If there's not in a scoring position here, it's just a routine out with a man on second.
Well, 5 for 60 is probably not going to cut it in a 10-game stretch, and that's why we've seen this team struggle to score runs. But 2 hits in that third inning, getting 3 on the board. Ballesteros fouls one back, 1 ball, 1 strike. But you know, oftentimes a win on a given day ultimately comes down to who got the hits with men on second and third.
Yeah, we saw the way they made contact down there in Miami. We saw obviously with the Tampa Bay Rays, Milwaukee.
Ground ball, it is sharply hit, and Lopez with a dive. Ballesteros is robbed again. This is happening almost every day.
I mean, you look and see his numbers. He hasn't hit the ball well, but he has hit the ball extremely well. That was almost 104 off the bat. It's a rocket. Nicky Lopez can do a lot of good things for a team. He plays some solid defense, makes contact. That's in the outfield grass.
He's done a good job for the Rangers this year, filling in on the infield and holding his own offensively. This is his 63rd game with Texas. Here's Jose Siri with a fly ball to left center. I don't know if Langford sees it. He didn't. It was Carter who ran it all the way down near the warning track to make that catch. I was looking at Langford, who was lost, and Evan Carter on the dead run to the warning track bails out Langford.
That's that time of the night. I thought he hit it pretty well. It's about 107 off the bat. See Langford go, I got it. No, I don't even see it. I have no idea.
You see Carter turn the Jets on after and catch it out near the 390 sign.
He's a tremendous outfielder. That's helping out a friend.
That is. 2 outs as Meckler looks at a strike.
It's a Stones old song. I'm just waiting on a friend. He was waiting on him. He picked him up.
Wait no more. No balls, 1 strike here on Meckler against Bradford. It's a little bit low. The Padres have a 6-1 lead against the Brewers tonight. Luis Rengifo going to slam Diego.
Yeefy.
A grand slam off of Kyle Harrison. Fernando Tatis, a home run as well. Padres have been playing well. Cubs won tonight, so if the Padres do win, Milwaukee's lead in the NL Central would be trimmed to 4 over the surging Cubs.
They're playing as well as anybody in baseball. They're a dangerous team going right now.
20 games over 500 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Meckler.
The Halos played them, what, back in 23 earlier this year? Felt like it was about.
That was the temperature.
Yes, yes.
It was late March. Games at Wrigley Field.
It's always a good time to play baseball in Chicago in late March.
The Angels went to the south side in late April, which will be the case again next year. Should be the case. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Meckler. Fly to left. This is Langford seeing this one. And he makes the catch. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, I'm at the game. And we should always use Game Time for tickets. They're dropping cool features like zone deals and price drop alerts so we can go to more games and shows. Finally, a ticketing app that actually gives a Download the app today.
Guys, stop what you're doing and head over to Fabletics, because right now everything is 80% off, including shirts, tees, polos, and shorts, pants, joggers. Perfect for the gym, office, or golf. Get 80% off everything right now when you sign up as a new VIP, only at Fabletics.com.
Greenlight's been amazing, encouraging the kids to do their chores and save. We started using Greenlight to get chores done, but it has led to so much more.
Hey Noah, what are you doing?
I'm researching the stock market.
What's a stock market?
Broken! Ever since I started wearing hands-free Glide Step Skechers Sleep-ins, my other shoes are useless. With Skechers Sleep-ins, I just step in and they're on. Try Skechers Sleep-ins.
What actually works? I want to understand the choices I'm making. Now I know. Thorn.
From your favorite team
The Phillies walked it off.
to the league's biggest stars.
Jaw-dropping stuff from Bobby Witt Jr.
Hey, I know that guy. Great player.
Stay in the know all season long on Play Ball, only on MLB Network.
Angels baseball on ABTV, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. By Easton and Easton, injured in an accident, let our family help yours. And by Villa Ford of Orange, step up to the plate, drive home a winner today at Villa Ford of Orange. That is the California Spectacular.
Truly spectacular.
This kid trying to get a peek, a glimpse at greatness. The California Spectacular out there. Austin Wynns leads off here in the 5th inning as the Angels have a 3-1 lead. Ryan Johnson with his pitch mix tonight of cutters, sweepers, and splitters, leading him to 4 innings of just 1-run, 2-hit ball.
Good spot in that cutter first pitch too.
1 ball, 1 strike on Wynns. I don't know if there's a correlation in any of this, but it's a fact that when he's pitched with a lead this year, Johnson has been really good at 2.84 ERA. When he's pitching in a tie game or when behind, his ERA is over 8. Is there a correlation? Could there be one?
I think when you get in those run support, I think he pitches more aggressively. That's what it comes down to. Behind or tied, he's trying not to make a mistake. But when the lead, he's trying to be on the aggressive side and getting chases out of the zone.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Austin Wynns. Johnson has 5 strikeouts tonight. That's just 1 shy of his season high, which is 6. Ground ball in an open hole. That ball was not hit hard, but
that's the one thing you always think of, is that ground ball in the hole there. If you're, especially when you think of Ryan Johnson, how many of those pitches, the cutter, the sweeper, are going to be away, that you leave that in that part of the field wide open. That's a ground ball that normally that's just hit 84 miles an hour. You think that's an out, ends up being a hit. If you're pitching away like that, you're kind of pitching against your defense when you're playing up the middle like that as a second baseman.
Here is Nicky Lopez. Wins is at first. That slow roller got through, and here's a bouncer just fouled by Lopez. Mention the role that Lopez has played for the Rangers this year. He's at .275 for Texas this season. We know what a great glove he has. We saw him make a very good play to Rob Ballesteros earlier, but he's going to give you some offense. That's why he's been playing most days now as a Texas Ranger. He struck out his first time, though, today. Taylor Saucedo warming up. 1 ball, 1 strike. See if Johnson can get through this inning. And they do have the top of the order coming up, and the big lefty Peterson on deck. So this might be the last batter for Johnson.
Yeah, if you get a double play, not easy to do that against Nicky Lopez. I think he'd have a shot at staying in there. Otherwise, it might be it.
1 ball, 1 strike on Lopez. Well, you may not think of it with his last name, but he is half Italian, Nicky Lopez.
Well, we always know you can find that one out.
That I can. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just to give you a comparison about Johnson and his sinker. Normally 27% usage, and tonight not even 10%. Throws the splitter there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it is a clear change from the norm to see Johnson's pitch mix tonight.
Extremely effective so far. It's one of those pitches you have a couple options. I think 3-2 it changes it. It turns to a cutter.
It was off the glove of Heineman and goes to the backstop. This will likely be a wild pitch, and that takes away most chances for a double play now. 3-2 on Lopez.
Yeah, he muscled up on that cutter there. Top of the order coming up here. Big pitch.
A half dozen full counts for Johnson tonight. A couple of walks in there along with his 5 strikeouts. Lopez tends not to strike out much, but already has once today. 3-2. Rolls it over. Shotwell is there with the backhand. And Johnson covers for out number 1. Moving to third is Wins. Peterson due up. We'll see if Kurt Suzuki makes a move.
Checking in to see if he's ready.
Guys got to figure out the phone lines here in their new jobs. Michael Wirtz right there, the bullpen coach.
Wayne, by the way, this is always my favorite time when I see the catcher walking out extremely slow.
Yes.
I might have a few choice words for my catcher. Even though it's not his fault. I said, I know what you're doing. Go back behind the plate now.
Well, that'll be it as Kurt Suzuki now comes out. The new line of communication with the interim pitching coach Tim Levesque, the bullpen coach Michael Wirtz, and the bullpen will get involved here with a 3-1 lead.
Cooking a dinner my whole family can enjoy is a piece of chaos. The requests these kids make are really something.
Dad, can I get some strawberries and ketchup?
Home Chef's new family menu has been a lifesaver. With Home Chef's easy 4-serving meals, we get dinner done quicker.
I have to finish my masterpiece.
Do I even want to know?
Home Chef's family menu. The parents who get it, get Home Chef. Get 18 free meals at homechef.com.
When we started Warby Parker, we just sold glasses. And only online. But people liked them. A lot. So we offered more things. Like sunglasses and contacts. And then we thought, what if we sold eyewear online and in stores? So we did that. And now we have stores in neighborhoods all over. There you can chat with friendly opticians and get eye exams from top-notch doctors. Now, no matter where you go, we've got your eyes covered.
With Kalshi, you can trade on anything.
Man, tell them something they don't know. Like I'm from Greece.
Look at gun, Johnny-O!
Before I was born late one night, but Papa said everything's alright.
I love coming home.
We have Angel minor league games down on the farm on ABTV with Salt Lake up next against Reno on August 23rd. In September, Rocket City against the old Montgomery Biscuits. And Salt Lake against Round Rock September 13th. Remember Logan O'Hoppe currently at Round Rock. The guy that he was traded for along with Chase Silseth. Angel Arredondo hit his first home run in an Angel minor league uniform for Rancho.
Serious lift on that one. It's all about the timing.
That was way back. California League, the Quakes. Angels A-ball affiliate in the Cal League.
Glad it's back there. Was there for a number of years ago. Now back for the Halos. Great facility, really.
They're playing the Dodger team, which is now in Ontario. The Dodgers had been in Rancho, and now they have the team in Ontario, California. The Tower Buzzers.
Wow.
Something to do, I think, with the airport there. I'm not sure. Wave and a miss. Well, that's why you put the lefty in to face Jock Peterson. That's an entirely different look.
Yes. Serious sweeper.
I do like that airport, though, in Ontario. We'll see.
Yes.
One ball, one strike on Peterson. Mentioned against right-handers pretty much all of his power this year. He's only hit one homer off a lefty. He's only hit 148 off left-handers. Hopefully doesn't even take these at bats, but middle of the game here still. Peterson just flailing.
Yeah, it's close enough to the strike zone. Now I think you have a chance to get a swing and miss and even further off the plate.
Usually swings like that, you have to go for it, right?
Yes. There's no reason to even try to sneak anything inside.
No. He is just bailing and wailing here, hoping to make some contact. He does look that fastball off the plate. You just had two breaking balls that had him completely frazzled.
Yes.
You have to throw another one here, don't you?
Now you might not get that chase out of the strike zone with that sweeper that you would probably have gotten it the pitch before.
Even if you put it on the outer corner, you should still get some kind of awful looking swing here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jock Peterson. 1 out with wins at third. And it's a fastball for ball 4. 2 swings and misses, 2 wide swings and misses on breaking balls, and after that Saucedo does not go back to it.
Tell you what, the one person real happy about that is Jock Peterson on that one.
Well, and Skip Schumacher.
Yes.
Peterson's on base for the 3rd time. He's drawn his 2nd walk, and he was bailed out there. He looked very uncomfortable against the lefty. Now it's Wyatt Langford, who's much more comfortable against left-handers. Still have Seager and Nimmo from the left side after that, but they're much better against lefties than Peterson. You lose a lot of that advantage by not getting Peterson out. No balls and a strike on Langford. Struck out his last time. He grounded out in the 1st.
Not an easy guy to double up because he's got good speed too.
He runs hard. It's a pop up here though. This will be a big 2nd out as Peraza makes the catch. So Saucedo lets Peterson go, but he gets Langford. Now he'll face Seager. Seager through the years typically does just fine against lefties, but this year batting only 169. It's been an uneven year to begin with for Seager with all the injuries, back problems. 3 times on the IL this season. And a vicious cut.
Oh, that was a slide. You know he was hacking at the first pitch and got away with that one though. Every once in a while you will get away with a pitch.
The overall numbers have been the worst of his career.
But he does have good power to left center field, so you got to be ready for Trout or Siri out that way.
Good power everywhere. No balls and 1 strike on Seager. It's upstairs. Seager often tinkers with his stance, tinkers with his placement of his feet. His hands are moving all around. There's always something different about Seager at the plate.
He works as hard as anybody I've ever seen. Over the years, on the concourse here, he'll have the video set up, just watching his swing.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Corey Seager. 2 outs with runners on the corners here in the 5th. Taylor Saucedo trying to protect a 2-run lead. That's ball 2. I was talking to Skip Schumacher the other day, and he said, I don't even know where Seager is right now, but I guarantee you he's working on something.
Yes, no question.
He is watching film. He is working on his swing. He's hitting. Go look right now. He's doing something. Swing and a miss. Saucedo got him.
What a pitch that was. Perfect pitch. Saucedo did a nice job there.
Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Saturdays on MLB Network and wherever you get your podcasts.
The journey. It starts here, on the fields where dreams begin. Every swing counts. Every step matters. Every moment inspires. The fundamentals today, the possibilities of tomorrow. Pitch, hit, and run. The journey starts here. Scan the QR code to sign up today.
Hey. Hi. Could you please submit your expenses today? You have those expense reports? Hi. Can you submit those receipts?
Never chase a receipt again. Ramp. Love finance.
Well, they call him Big Papa, and the first 25,000 fans on Friday, August 14th against the Royals will receive a Zach Neto t-shirt courtesy of Picari Sweat. Angels.com/promotions for more info. I'm going to wrap yours in a box and give it to you.
Thank you. I appreciate
your birthday on Friday.
I appreciate that.
Have Trent give it to you.
It's always about the thought.
That is a thought.
Yes.
No balls and a strike on Tyler Heineman.
It is a thought bubble.
Leading off here in the bottom of the 5th. Neto and Trout follow against Cody Bradford. Gave up 3 runs in the 3rd inning. Heineman had his hand in that with a successful sacrifice bunt after a leadoff hit by Wade Meckler. Ball 1 strike on Heineman. He and Darno have largely handled the catching duty. So far, Moises Ballesteros has caught 1 in each series, and I'd imagine he'll catch at least 1 here against Texas.
And he's been working so hard since the Halo's been home here too on his catching skills.
Got to work on getting these fielders to stop robbing
I
the
know.
hits. Doesn't matter if it's a line drive or a flare. He got robbed of a hit on a dive by Duran yesterday. Robbed of a hit on a hard hit ground ball by Lopez today. Was robbed a few times against the Orioles and the Marlins.
Well, you're just going to have to hit it 12 rows deep in the stands.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
That could help. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Unless the Mech's out there.
Yeah. He is the magnificent Mech.
Two and 2 on Heineman. Neto and Trout follow. Top of the order against Bradford. After This bouncer to third. It's Duran smothering it and spinning for the accurate throw.
Zach Neto so far tonight got a double and a single, but his swing and his swing path have been solid. Fastball upstairs, level swing, rocking it down with a double. And then his changeup too. He's staying right on top of it. Take a look at our StatCast video powered by Google Cloud. The swing path for him where he's been so good as far as his bat speed at 71, 72. Exit velocity is there, but it's all about that level swing so far. You know, the last few games he's hit a lot of pop-ups level with those line drives at this point.
Strike one here to Neto.
Halfway to the cycle.
He's got to get the triple and the home run.
He is Big Papa. He needs to hit that home run.
He does have a bunch of those this year, 20 home runs. So flies this one to left center, just missed it. As Carter waits for it, and Neto is out for the first time today. 2 up, 2 down here in the fifth.
Well, he just missed that there, like you said. A little bit higher of a launch angle there.
Brings up Trout, who's hit on the hand earlier, although it was hit right on the padding that covers his left hand. So it seems like he avoided whatever potential scare that comes with that hit by pitch in that spot. That's why he's got that big padding there. He launches this one toward right center field. It moves Carter back, but Carter will have some room to make the catch right before the wall to end the inning.
10 seconds, guys. Let's have a go.
At MLB Network, we're always on the move because baseball doesn't just travel, it transforms.
This is how we should do a show every day.
And we're there to meet the moment wherever the game goes. Regular season.
Welcome to Cooperstown.
All the stars are out in Atlanta, Georgia.
Postseason.
Can you believe what we just saw?
Whoa! Every season.
This is unbelievable.
This is MLB Network, the home of baseball.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Want to pitch like Paul Skeens?
Holy smoke. Operative word is smoke.
Or hit like this guy? Learn how to play like the pros from the pros themselves.
The secret ingredient, a whole lot of fun.
Play ball all season long, only on MLB Network.
It's 4 1/3. How he got his outs today. Take a look at our StatCast video powered by Google Cloud. 13 up, 7 on the cutter, 3 on the sweeper, 3 on the splitter. A lot of them, all of them, that lower third of the strike zone, and some chases out of the zone also. Pretty solid effort, though, by Ryan Johnson today. Avoided that middle part of play for the most part. Other than that 0-2 home run to Jock Peterson, he was really good on the corners and down.
And he revamped his pitch mix with that sinker becoming a much more of a secondary offering. Barely threw it tonight after it being one of his more utilized pitches throughout the season. Brandon Nimmo takes ball 1. Is that something Johnson can carry over, or was this just kind of a one-time thing?
I think that's something just enough to show the sinker. Until he feels real good about challenging people with that, it's just a show pitch for me.
Nimmo inside outs 1 to left. He has hammered left-handed pitching this season. Been the best in baseball left on left, and Brandon Nimmo leads off here in the 6th with a single, his second tonight.
Just right down the heart of the plate, though. He's got a real solid approach at the plate. I've always been a believer that for a left-handed batter against a lefty, they're not going to get you out. They're not going to pitch inside a lot, so just look out over the plate. He's good at that.
Kurt Suzuki will bring the right-hander Murphy in.
Hey. Hi. Could you please submit your expenses today? You have those expense reports? Hi. Can you submit those receipts?
Never chase a receipt again. Ram. Love finance.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Broken! Ever since I started wearing hands-free glide step Skechers Sleep-ins, my other shoes are useless. With Skechers Sleep-ins, I just step in and they're on. Try Skechers Sleep-ins.
Instead of a walk-up song, what walk-up animal would you bring to the mound with you?
Gorilla, no question. Silverback.
You know, a little distraction, I'm going to go a peacock.
So you have some backup out there?
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it. Two gorillas.
Peacock, something, you know, beautiful, like definitely different. I don't think anyone else on the team would pick that, and kind of throw the pitcher off a little bit, you know? It's something strategy-based.
That would throw me off on the mound for sure.
Sam Bachman, no hesitation.
Oh, that was so good. By the way, Sam Bachman playing some catch. He's not that far coming back. So what would you be? What animal would you bring out there?
I would bring one. No, we're not becoming an animal.
No, just bring one out.
I got to bring one.
Yes.
Luke Murphy is facing Ezekiel Duran here. As we begin, Murphy's not. I don't know. What animal would I bring? What is it for?
Well, instead of a walk-up song, you're out there.
For intimidation?
Yeah, whatever you want. You know, could be a distraction, like Shauna Wow.
Has this animal been tamed? I'm not going to be up there. Could it turn around and eat me? Is my
question. That's all part of the experience, Clark.
1 ball, 1 strike on Duran. I don't know what I would bring out. How about I would bring maybe as a rhinoceros.
That's good.
I'd bring it's kind of slow, right? It wouldn't. I could run away from it. And
that would help you out a little bit.
Yeah, I don't want to bring anything that could eat me though.
No, I don't blame you.
That's most of the animals right there.
Let's see. I'm thinking about for me, I just go Cobra. Just go out there with just that quick attack. There's a Cobra right behind me as soon as that pitch is thrown.
What if it? What if it attacks you though?
No, it won't. I have that kind of connection with the Cobra clutch.
Oh, you're like Jake the Snake.
Yes.
Taking the bite out of the Macho Man. Remember that one?
Yeah,
that was insane. What's Ken French going to say down there?
I'm so confused. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this question. I guess I'm going to go with the sloth. Because I'm trying to slow the game down, so why not, right?
What is that going to do for you? There's a base hit for Duran into right field as he bounced one through against Murphy. Now 2 on with nobody out. I guess what's any one of these going to do? Well, the Cobra, you had a plan for it. But you're going to coach it to do that?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you can do that.
I can. Did you ever see that? Be able to do that? Just be able to just have to relax, and all of a sudden, it's just wham like that. The Cobra.
You're taking this way too seriously.
Oh, God. The Cobra.
I'm not doing a rhinoceros.
Yeah, the rhinoceros could set some people
What could that
back.
do for me anyway?
Oh, everyone would be scared just in case it started roaring
It could
at
charge
you.
at you.
Yes.
Evan Carter is at the plate here with first and second, nobody out. He shows bunt and looks at a strike. I don't know what a sloth would do for you though. That seems like that doesn't seem like it's going to help your OPS or anything. A sloth?
Yeah. Well, why not? I'm going to lull the opponent to sleep. I think that's what I'm going to do. Plus, he's not going to go anywhere. I mean, he's not going to bite anyone like a Cobra. And how the heck do you get a rhino to home plate, by the way?
Well, he'll just come bouncing out.
This has gone off the rails.
And then I could ride him around the bases
yes,
if I do something, you know.
Go, yes.
Yeah,
I'm the man.
He could just run for me essentially.
Well, my sloth will just hang on to me for dear life.
2 balls and a strike on Evan Carter. I think I'm feeling better about my. You could always bring the rally monkey.
Yes. Yes.
It worked in 2002.
Yes, it did.
2 balls and a strike on Carter. And Nimmo and Duran on base here. It's 3-1 now. So Murphy's come in, allowed a base hit to the first batter he faced. Nimmo started the inning with a single off Saucedo, and frankly, Kurt Suzuki is relying now on pitchers that he's learning their names and he's learning what their skill level is and all that. These guys are all brand new to the major league team for the most part.
Barely got the corner on that one.
I asked him earlier and he said, well, you know, you just kind of have to match up the way that you think it could work out, and you know, it's an opportunity for these guys down in the bullpen to show what they can do as well.
It's just got to try to gain some trust.
There's a fly ball from Carter to left field. Siri waits for that. But if you're Luke Murphy or you're Blake Wyman or you're Ryan Watson, you've been toiling in the minor leagues for most of your career. This is a golden chance to show that you belong as a major league pitcher.
Big time. Facing a club that is right in that conversation for the AL West and the wild card race. That's a big out there by not only get the out but no advancement. There's pretty good speed though on the bases. Just vary that look at second base. See if you can get a ground ball, but Berger had an infielder.
He has struck out twice today. Lines this one toward left center. Series on the move for that. He rumbles over like a rhino to make the catch. 2 outs. Yeah, Rhino was my favorite player.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even though you struck him out in the All-Star game twice. Which is not right. Texas is in the 3rd wild card spot. The Tigers suddenly are making a move.
They are only 1 game under 500 now, the Tigers.
They won again tonight. They beat Cleveland, who's fallen back. Detroit's only 2.5 now out of 1st in the AL Central behind the White Sox.
It is amazing.
So maybe they should have hung on to Skubal and Mize after all. Can't win the whole thing without those guys, can you? You can maybe win that division.
Yes. When we think about what A.J. Hinch, when he has a chance to win, put himself in position in a playoff game, he'll utilize that bullpen to the max.
That he will. Pitching chaos, whatever they want to call it. The White Sox had a 4-0 lead against the Reds tonight and blew it. They lost the lead in the 8th inning and then lost the game in the 10th.
Kelnick back in the show.
Well, he's pinch hitting here for Austin Wynns. So Jared Kelnick in his return to the majors with yet another organization. Bats with runners on 1st and 2nd and 2 outs.
96. Luke Murphy.
He certainly has the fuzz, as you say, to be a major league pitcher. It's a big league fastball to be sure from Murphy. 1 ball, no strikes on the former 1st round pick Kelnick. Well, that was many teams ago. He bloops this one toward the left side and he gets it by Neto into left center. Nimmo comes in. Duran goes to 3rd. That ball squeaks by as Kelnick gets an RBI. It's 3-2.
Thought he had a chance to keep that in the infield to prevent a run, but it had some spin on it going the other way. It definitely was not hit hard, that's for sure, but the spin going away.
Neto unable to even knock that one down. The tying run, Duran moves to 3rd base. As Kelnick gets a pinch hit RBI, now Nicky Lopez will stand in.
And you can see how frustrated Neto is. He felt he could have kept that in the infield.
Ground ball to 2nd base should end the inning. Peraza has that. Texas ends up with a 2-out run. They make it closer. It's a 3-2 Angel lead.
10 seconds, guys. Let's have a go up.
At MLB Network, we're always on the move because baseball doesn't just travel, it transforms.
This is how we should do a show every day.
And we're there to meet the moment wherever the game goes. Regular season.
Welcome to Cooperstown.
All the stars are out in Atlanta, Georgia.
Postseason.
Can you believe what we just saw?
Whoa!
Every season.
This is unbelievable.
This is MLB Network, the home of baseball.
Do you dream of seeing all 30 ballparks?
Really a special place. People are excited for the game.
We've got you. For the first time, MLB and T-Mobile offer you a chance to win trips to all 30 stadiums. Yes, All 30.
What a treat.
The views.
This is so much fun.
The food.
It's a fiesta here at the ballpark.
The vibe.
The energy is incredible.
The adventure of a lifetime with experiences you simply need to see to believe. Begin your journey to 30. Enter now.
Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Saturdays on MLB Network and wherever you get your podcasts.
Angels baseball on ABTV, brought to you by Big Noise Lager, ice cold, crushable like the Fuse, Kaboom, and by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, One Love. Elias Diaz is the new catcher after Kelnick hit for wins and delivered an RBI single. Diaz goes in behind the plate.
Got to get the offense rolling again. It's been a while. Big third inning when he scored 3, nothing since. He's the base runners.
Angels still have the lead. Shotwell drove in one of those runs with a sac fly, lines it toward left center. That's headed for the gap. Base hit, cut off by Langford. Shotwell will hold it first as Langford gets it in quickly, a leadoff single.
You have 2 outstanding defenders out in the outfield with Langford and Carter. Cut off a lot of ground. Nimmo too, pretty solid. That's a good swing though from Shotwell. That's 101.6 off the bat. Sac fly last at bat, base hit there.
A sharp line drive in the gap. You'll take that every time from Nolan Shotwell. Has not been retired yet in this game. The walk, the sac fly, and the base hit. Here is Vaughn Grissom, who ripped a double. And now it's a bouncer to third. Wide of the bag. It's Duran to second. Lopez had to reach, but still able to turn it for the double play. So Grissom, who crushed the ball his last time, was his hardest hit ball of the season when he doubled in the third inning to drive in a run. Gets into a double play for the second time tonight.
And the second time on that changeup too. He rocketed a double, I mean, on that fastball, but the changeup he tried to pull was out of part of the plate.
Said it in the moment that it was about as hard as Grissom's hit a ball all season, which was true, and also the hardest hit ball of his career at the major league level so far, that double he had earlier. The Angels have not added to their lead since then. The lead has since narrowed, and it's 3-2 with 2 out and nobody on. Peraza's 0 for 2 today. Peraza showed some things offensively early in the year, and then he hit a wall and he has not been able to get back over it.
Looks like he hasn't covered a ball like he can do in a while.
On base percentage has dropped hugely for Peraza at .276 for the season now.
You got to think the other way on that changeup. Unless he made some mistake inside on you, it's been away with it. It's been effective. Try to pull that. It's going to roll over ground ball to third or short.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Slaps it, but right at Berger. That's exactly what you were just talking about. He did it, but he hit it right at the first baseman to end the inning.
Hey. Hi. Could you please submit your expenses today? You have those expense reports? Hi. Can you submit those receipts?
Never chase a receipt again. Ram. Love finance.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
Want to pitch like Paul Skeens?
Holy smoke. Operative word is smoke.
Or hit like this guy. Learn how to play like the pros from the pros themselves.
The secret ingredient, a whole lot of fun.
Play ball all season long, only on MLB Network.
The Angels are teaming up with the world of anime for Anime Night at Angel Stadium. That's Monday, August 24th. Purchase the special Anime Night ticket package and get an exclusive Naruto Angels jersey. Angels.com/Naruto. Get your ticket package and channel your inner chakra right here at the Big A. I didn't know I had that.
Yeah, I think you do.
I have inner chakra?
Yes.
That's news to me.
Especially when you have the Rhino running around with you.
2 balls and no strikes on Jock Peterson.
Exactly why there was no pinch hitting for Jock Peterson last time up, because this is a spot. He did work a walk.
Later in the game, if he ends up matched up with Natera, we might see it then, but there's still too much time as Peterson gets an at bat now against a righty, and look for the big home run right there.
Good run on that four-seamer. 95. Cody Fermin getting warmed up now in the bullpen for the Halos.
Our Hyundai 7th inning stretch. There's Jose Fermin getting ready. And I'm not sure we're going to see Ben Joyce today. Worked a scoreless inning yesterday. Angels trying to hold them off back-to-back days.
Did like that slider he threw yesterday. First time.
The point is here's another close game developing, and one of the best arms in that bullpen likely will not be part of it. So the Angels will have to find their way to the finish line tonight with some guys they haven't really counted on throughout the year, as Murphy didn't have a great follow through there, and he walks Peterson again. That's 3 walks now for Jock Peterson after the leadoff homer to start the game. This was Joyce last night, his first game at the Big A this year. He was electric.
Yeah, 103. But I like the slider he threw. That splinker, also solid.
I think his inner chakra was
yes.
rocking last night. I'm not expecting to see him here today.
Staring you down.
Bouncer in the hole. Neto goes to get it. Throw to second base. Gets the out there. Good job by Neto to get the lead runner.
And that's a smart play. You're not going to get a double play turn. So you're just going to make sure you make that one play on the force out at second.
Langford hits into the fielder's choice. 1 out. Rangers have their bullpen up. As Robbie Alstrom, who we saw last night, is getting ready. Texas used 5 relievers yesterday. The Angels used 6. So both bullpens were busy in a 10-inning game. And it's a close game again tonight. The Angels trying to hold this lead. 2 pitchers down there in that bullpen. Peyton Gray, who ended up being the winning pitcher last night, is up with Alstrom. Swinging a foul by Seager. It's 0-2.
That's a good cutter. First pitch fastball upstairs, followed by a hard cutter.
Rangers believe they could make a run in the AL West. Part of that just because nobody's taken hold of the division. Houston's in first place and losing in San Francisco tonight. And Seager with a fly ball right center. Meckler a good jump. He's there. He's got it.
Like this, I mean, he's ready for the ball to be hit his way, and he had a great jump on that one. That ball was hit pretty hard.
The Astros with just 61 wins, a half game up on the Rangers. Seattle lost again tonight to the Yankees, so they're 8 under, although still technically alive in the AL West. Kurt Suzuki goes back to his bullpen. A lot of mixing and matching tonight in a 1-run game.
Keep cool out there, folks. It's going to be a hot one.
We the people love summer baseball. The food is over the top. The cheers come from the chest. We came with friends, but we met new ones. We have seats, but we're standing. They say it's anyone's game. But from what we can see, it's everyone's. Baseball for the people.
They ask me, with or without? You with the crew?
You from the D?
Where'd you go to high school?
Your dad put you in brown and gold? You see Skins go?
You get your Dodger dog?
You take the 7? Siempre 305?
You see Big Dumper 60th?
Do you see him put Vladdy in the jacket?
You here for 17 and 22?
Where were you in 16?
Where were you in 23?
How about 40-70?
You see Judge's 62?
Shohei's 50-50.
Think you can beat the freeze?
But they never ask who my team is. They don't have to. It's right here. Cut from the city. Visit MLBshop.com.
Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance, Saturdays on MLB Network and wherever you get your podcasts.
New pitcher Jose Fermin trying to notch this 1-run lead. Fermin will face Brandon Nimmo here. Nimmo with 2 hits, including a run scored in the 6th. Luke Murphy ended up recording 5 outs, goes an inning and 2/3. And a couple of hits, but so far no runs, although the man at first, his responsibility. It's Langford. Would steal a base every now and then too. Nimmo crushes one foul.
That slider you'll see a lot from for me.
Langford is 8 for 9 in stolen base tries, so you have to keep an eye on him as the tying run.
I think especially as depending on the count. Nimmo falls behind with 2 strikes, you might see him on the move.
Throw over, no balls, 1 strike. The count here on Nimmo. Nimmo's had a nice season coming over from the Mets. Traded for Marcus Semien in the offseason. It's another rocket foul.
Another slider on the inner half of the plate.
Nimmo signed a pretty large contract with New York after the 2022 season. 8 years, $162 million. So Rangers now on the hook for that through 2030. He's been productive. He's been maybe their most consistent offensive player this year. Swing and a miss here though. Strike 3.
That was a much better slider there. That was nasty for me.
Angels hold the lead. Fermin goes to the back foot to punch out Nimmo. It stays 3-2. Our Hyundai 7th inning stretch takes us to Detroit, Michigan. Kevin McGonigal, the impressive rookie for the Tigers, a 2-run double. Detroit held on in the end. Kenley Jansen saved it. Joe Adell hit his first home run with the Guardians in that game, but the Tigers win 6-4. They gain ground on the White Sox in the Central tonight. Junior Caminero, another home run, number 35 on the year. The Rays keep on winning. They're pounding the A's in West Sacramento tonight. Alongside Mark Gubas, I'm Wayne Randazzo. The Angels got some timely hits early, and their pitchers, despite the fact that these guys are all sort of new to the bullpen, with new pitching coaches at that, have held the lead.
Yeah, they've done a nice job so far, putting in this tough situation, trying to protect a 1 or 2 run lead there. Ryan Johnson was really good at the start of the game, 4 1/3, but just need some clutch hits. Add on right here, Cobra.
That Cobra is scary. It's a 3-2 lead here as our Hyundai 7th stretch rolls on at the Big A.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Join Matt Yatloff and Greg Caserta on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer. MLB Big Inning. All season.
From your favorite team.
ABTV presented by Pechanga Resort Casino, although ESPN will have tomorrow's game. On ABTV Thursday night, the Royals this weekend, then Texas next week, Houston for 3, Arlington for 3, that first one on Apple TV next Friday. Angels and Pirates will be on Apple TV in September as well.
The Berg.
How about it? Moises Ballesteros fouling one back. Ballesteros bats here in the bottom of the 7th, robbed of a base hit his last time. He's been hitting the ball sharply without much to show for it so far as an Angel. He gets this ball towards center pretty well, but not well enough. Carter with the catch, 1 out. It'll be Jose Siri after some time with Jack in the Box.
Don't get FOMO. Get my Philly-style bonus Jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Now the Angels knocked Cody Bradford around in the 3rd inning, 3 runs, 3 hits. Since then, Bradford's only allowed 1 base run.
70 pitches here into the 7th inning.
Yeah, he is kind of under the radar. Breezed through the middle innings here.
A lot of quick outs against him.
Here's Siri with a quick out right into the glove of Seager, although it was hit 111 miles an hour off the bat. So 2 up, 2 down very quickly still for Bradford. 71 pitches in 6 2/3. It's Wade Meckler with our Kia player profile. And 344 over the last 5 weeks. That's 5th best in the American League. Stephen Kwan finally got it going for Cleveland. He was really struggling in the first couple of months of the year.
Well, Cleveland is really struggling, period, right now.
Yeah, they're having a hard time. The bullpen hasn't been as good. They're not scoring enough runs, and they lost today. They're 4th now in the AL Central. Well, not out of it because, again, in these 2 divisions, the West and Central, you can be under 500 and still be very much alive.
The most pitches he's thrown in any inning is 19. He's at a 9 and a 6 pitch inning.
This will be his 4th straight inning with 10 pitches or fewer. If he gets a quick out on Meckler, 2 balls and a strike. I mean, it's 31 pitches in the last 3 2/3.
That was an efficient 1 inning for me.
That was Johnson's first inning. Well, here's it is, a potential for a quick out. Berger makes the play and steps on the bag. 4 straight innings with 10 pitches or less for Bradford.
Don't know who can clean this? Thumbtack knows. Get recommendations for every kind of home project. Hire the right pro today.
For years, I was hiding my drinking. I'm the type of drinker that I don't just have one. I didn't want to feel that urge anymore. That's what brought me to Oar Health. I'm a better dad. I'm a better husband. I just have a more grounded and present life, thanks to Oar Health.
Text TV5 to 710-710 to learn more.
Guys, stop what you're doing and head over to Fabletics, because right now everything is 80% off, including shirts, tees, polos, and shorts, pants, joggers. Perfect for the gym, office, or golf. Get 80% off everything right now when you sign up as a new VIP, only at Fabletics.com.
When we started Warby Parker, we just sold glasses.
and only online. But people like them. A lot. So we offered more things, like sunglasses and contacts. And then we thought, what if we sold eyewear online and in stores? So we did that. And now we have stores in neighborhoods all over. There you can chat with friendly opticians and get eye exams from top-notch doctors. Now, no matter where you go, we've got your eyes covered.
Friday, August 28th, Zach Neto bobblehead night. You can cheer on the Halos against the Philadelphia Phillies. One of the first 25,000 fans to get a Zach Neto bobblehead seated next to his locker, courtesy of Circle K. Angels.com/promotions. 3-2 lead, 8th inning. Ezekiel Duran leads it off. He had a base hit his first time. He shows bunt, takes ball 1. The Rangers with 6 hits tonight. They had 8 yesterday. All singles except for the leadoff homer tonight by Jock Peterson. 1 ball, no strikes on Duran. And now 2-0. Carter and Berger follow here in the top of the 8th. It seemed the Angels' plan would be to get Fermin through this inning and then have Natera for the 9th inning. First things first, with a 1-run lead in the 8th, got to survive this one.
Good little sinker 94 to get back in the count. He loves to throw his slider, so probably see that the next pitch here. Sammy been really good.
Outstanding. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Duran. Playing third base tonight. Josh Young will remain on the IL at least until the end of the month, sounds like, because he has a calf injury. Texas put Nathan Eovaldi on the IL this week with an elbow injury. Swing and a miss. Fermin with another strikeout.
Yeah, nice bounce back after being behind 2-0. Do a couple fastballs, then his slider. It's amazing how different his slider breaks. Sometimes it'll go down and away. This goes straight down like it's a splitter. It really comes down to the arm angle and where that baseball is delivered out of his wrist and hand.
He struck out the first 2 batters he has faced now. 1 out in the 8th. Here is Carter. It's a strike.
Thought about that one too. See by shaking his head, he probably would end up losing that one.
Rangers bench only a couple of righties. Cam Cauley and Foscue. Imagine they're saving Foscue for Natera in the 9th inning when Peterson's spot comes up. Chase Silseth has gotten up in the Texas bullpen. The way Bradford is gone, why mess with it?
Yeah, he's been so efficient too.
4 straight extremely quick innings. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fermin punches out 3 in a row.
That's that slider that just goes straight down like a splitter. And every time I think about that slider going like that, I went back to, I talked about him earlier. Kevin Apier's slider was like that. They would, so many right-handed batters from, around baseball go, wow, he throws me a splitter. I see he's never thrown a splitter to a right-handed batter, but it drops like a splitter, but it was always his slider.
Berger with a fly ball to right. That's in play for Meckler. And Jose Fermin, a quick 1-2-3-8 on 9 pitches. He holds the 1-run lead.
Hey, I'm at the game. And we should always use Game Time for tickets. They're dropping cool features like zone deals and price drop alerts so we can go to more games and shows. Finally, a ticketing app that actually gives a Download the app today.
Greenlight's been amazing, encouraging the kids to do their chores and save. We started using Greenlight to get chores done, but it has led to so much more.
Hey Noah, what are you doing? I'm researching the stock market. What's a stock market?
What is the dumbest thing you've ever wasted money on?
I was paying for 2 subscriptions over like 3 years.
That's like $1,400,000. How'd you figure that out?
I saw an app that shows you all the monthly subscriptions you have and how much you're paying.
So what'd you do then? Just like call and cancel, or?
I have a phobia of making calls, so absolutely I did not do that. The app, you can cancel the app.
What is the app called?
Rocket Money.
jacket, guys. Let's have a go
At MLB Network, we're always on the move because baseball doesn't just travel, it transforms.
This is how we should do a show every day.
And we're there to meet the moment wherever the game goes. Regular season.
Welcome to Cooperstown.
All the stars are out in Atlanta, Georgia.
Postseason.
Can you believe what we just saw?
Whoa! Every season.
This is unbelievable.
This is MLB Network, the home of baseball.
Angels Baseball on ABTV, brought to you by StubHub, a proud partner of Angels Baseball. Everybody having a good time here at the ballpark tonight. Halos trying to bounce their way to a 3-2 win. Well, this bullpen with Taylor Saucedo, Luke Murphy, Jose Fermin. Here's one of the guys that used to be in the bullpen. Yes. Chase Silseth is the first man out of the bullpen for Skip Schumacher tonight.
That's his 53rd game already this season for Silseth.
It's already his 6th with Texas.
It's unreal.
The Angels just traded him. Been about 2 weeks, maybe a little less than 2 weeks now. As Heineman fouls one off. I guess the only reason to take Bradford out of the game here was because it's only his second game back after missing all that time with elbow problems.
Yeah, the up and downs, but still, he was incredibly efficient.
75 pitches in 7 innings from Cody Bradford in this game. Here's another bunt from Heineman. Silseth fell down. Durant takes care of it, though, with the bare hand.
Well, that was a real good play again by Durant. He's made a lot of good plays already in this series. Silseth tried to spin around and went right down on the mound.
And Durant, who plays about a zillion different positions, made that look easy at third.
Yeah, if he just got it down a little bit further down the third base line, it would have been a little more difficult. He was way off the bag.
One out here is Neto. Swings through that pitch upstairs from Silseth, his longtime former teammate. Silseth had been around at the major league level for a while. He got up to the big leagues so quickly. After being drafted in 2021, he had a fairly long tenure with the Halos.
Ooh, pitch to hit there, though. Neto likes fastballs upstairs.
Angels have only had 1 hit since their 3-run third inning. Finally broke through offensively, and it's been non-existent ever since. Still a lead, though.
Once in a while, Silseth will leave that splitter up in the strike zone. What Neto's hoping for. Already had a nice game offensively already.
Swing and a miss. He was all tied up. Silseth gets the punch out. 2 up, 2 down, as Trout will stand in next after a drive with Kia. Trout with a little nod out to his longtime teammate, Chase Silseth. Last 5 innings now for the Angels offensively have been just breezed through, between Bradford's efficiency and Silseth needing just 6 pitches for the first 2 outs. Cody Bradford went 7, only had 1 strikeout in the game. Now Silseth has 1 as well, so only 2 punch outs tonight as the count goes to 0-2 on Trout. Angels facing the possibility of a 16th straight game. Scoring 4 runs or fewer would be their longest streak since 1992. That was a team that had very little punch whatsoever. Gary Gaetti led the 1992 Angels with 12 home runs that year.
G-Man.
12 was the team high. They had 88 home runs as a team that season.
88? Wow.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Trout. Langston won 13 that year, though, still.
Still some serious dealing.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Another quick inning. 1, 2, 3 as we go to the 9th.
What if you could have shades like these for a fraction of big brand prices? With Shady Rays, you can. We're an independent company, so we do things differently. We offer high-quality polarized shades for a reasonable price. And we personally replace shades that get lost or broken. So far, we've racked up over 300,000 5-star reviews. I founded Shady Rays so that we could have sunglasses that stand up to whatever life throws at us. Order now and get 20% off site-wide at shadyrays.com.
We are launching a new pro baseball team called the Long Beach Coast. We are out in the community every day meeting with small businesses, and we're meeting our future fans. For the Long Beach Coast to succeed, we're going to have to take advantage of every hour. What I love about Gusto is that everything from HR, payroll, onboarding, all of it's just so turnkey. It allows me to focus on the most important thing, which is building a great team both on and off the field.
Okay, $1 million deal on the line. You got this. Recaps and sales meeting insights from all my team's calls? Otter AI, it's you who is man's best friend.
Otter, the AI meeting agent.
Angels put up 3 in the 3rd inning, and that's made the difference so far here tonight.
And the speed, that infield hit from Meckler. And showing that speed on that rocket. Double. Base hit there would be able to score. Meckler. Stolen bases. Sack fly. Getting the job done, the wheels. And then Bob Grissom with a rocket double.
Angels with only 1 base runner after the 3rd inning, as the 2 Texas pitchers, Cody Bradford, who went 7, and Chase Silseth, who pitched the 8th, combining for just 86 pitches tonight, would be by far the fewest the Angels have seen in a game this year. They'd like to keep it that way because that means they'll win. As Elias Diaz leads off here in the 9th inning, fouls off the first pitch. Angels have not won a game in which they have seen fewer than 90 pitches at the plate since 2003. They beat the Royals in the 2nd game of a doubleheader, which might explain some of that. The Angels holding a 3-2 lead. Sammy Natera trying to save it as he's ahead of Diaz, 1-2.
He was trying to do some damage on that 95-mile-an-hour fastball. We're back to our Hyundai Key for the game today. Tuesday's gone. So far, the Halos with the lead, and looking for Sammy Natera Jr. to do the job and send it. Rangers gone home early.
Natera has struck out roughly 40% of the batters he has faced this year. And there's one more. He strikes out Diaz.
High piece, he gone. Got to tie it all together. You know that.
So now 41 strikeouts for Natera in 26 in the 3rd innings. Will be a pinch hitter here for Nicky Lopez as Cam Cauley, a right-hander, comes off the bench. Almost certainly we'll see Justin Foscue in place of Jock Peterson after this. Foscue is in the on-deck circle. Here's Cauley for Lopez. Cauley has not hit much yet at the major league level, a rookie, as he takes ball 1 from Natera. Angels trying to pull out a 1-run win. That's been Texas's forte this year. This will be the 15th 1-run win for the Angels. Rangers have 21. 2 balls, no strikes on Cody. That's a strike.
That's pretty close too.
I'm surprised they didn't challenge that.
I would have done that.
I mean, the Rangers have 2 challenges. You got to use one there. Two balls, 2 strikes. Tomorrow's game will be on ESPN at 7 o'clock. Cal Quantrill is starting for Texas in place of Nathan Eovaldi. George Clausen on the mound for the Halos tomorrow. We'll see Walbert Urania Thursday night at 7 back here on ABTV. Rangers have not announced a starter yet, although it would be DeGrom's turn. That's in there, strike 3.
That paint, I'll tell you what, not challenging in that 2-0 pitch. Huge.
2 outs, 2 more punch outs for Natera.
96 unhittable spot.
You know, Walbert Urania has been the revelation of the rotation this year, but Sammy Natera has been the man in the bullpen that has seemingly come out of nowhere and has been an incredibly good arm for the Halos. Needs 1 more out for his 3rd major league save. Here is Justin Foscue. Strike 1.
Perfect spot again. Outside corner at the knees.
Line toward left. Jose Siri's there. Saying goodnight to the Rangers. The Angels with a very well pitched game. Score 3 in the 3rd and hold on the rest of the way for a 3-2 win over their division rival.
What a job by the staff in general. Started with Ryan Johnson. Natera Jr. picking up the save. Tyler Heineman deserves a lot of that credit behind the plate tonight for the Halos. After all the news of this afternoon, the Halos with the victory here today. Zach Neto, big game, a single double. Shauna Wow had a sac fly and a base hit.
Feeding my dog on kibble has literally changed our lives. I love sponge.
Well, that news that you mentioned revolved around new pitching coaches and the dismissal of Mike Maddox, Darryl Scott, and Don Cheedy. Well, under the new pitching coach direction, seemed to go all right tonight. The Angel pitchers are Toyota players of the game. Ryan Johnson looked good, and the bullpen took care of a short lead.
Yeah, look at all those different names for the beginning of the season, but the job done against a team trying to go to the postseason in the Texas Rangers.
Rangers will stay at least a half game out of first in the AL West. The Astros are behind in San Francisco tonight. Jose Fermin has been labeled the winning pitcher by our official scorer tonight as Natera picks up the save. And the Halo will shine brightly tonight after a 3-2 win. Zach Neto had a hand in it. He's standing by with Ken French.
Wayne, thank you very much, Zach. A couple hits here tonight, but 3 runs is all you needed. Let's go back to that 3rd inning. How are you able to capitalize with runners in scoring position?
Yeah, just got my pitch to swing at. You know, it's a very tough pitcher on the other side. He's trying to get outs, and you know, I put a good swing on it, and Meckler had a really good jump and got a run.
One of the big moments of that inning was the double steal. How were you guys able to execute that to perfection and put some extra pressure on the defense?
Yeah, just be aggressive. You know, we're up there early, and I got the green light, so you know, just making sure Mike's looking, and you know, I had a really good jump, and he was there with me, and you know, we were able to get 2nd and 3rd there with 1 out and Nolan up to bat, and get the bat in his hands, and you know, got a sac fly with Vaughn and a RBI double. So you know, it's just a matter of doing little things, you know, maybe hitting out of a double play or whatnot, and you know, it's just baseball.
Yeah, and finally, Ryan Johnson had the solid start for you guys, but what about this bullpen? A lot of new faces, a lot of guys that making their first appearance with this club. How impressed were you by the way they were able to shut the door tonight?
I mean, they held this game where it was right here. You know, RJ gave us everything he had, and the bullpen just doing their thing, shutting down, and you know, giving the ball to Sammy there in the 9th to close it out. But you know, it's an all-around good win, and try to get a win tomorrow.
Congrats. Appreciate you doing this.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, Wayne, we'll send it back to you.
Ken, thank you very much. Halos win it 3-2.
That was a nice all-the-way win there for the Halos tonight.
Certainly was. In a tidy 2 hours and 17 minutes, the Angels beat the Rangers 3-2. We'll be back to wrap it up.
From your favorite team,
The Phillies walked it off.
to the league's biggest stars,
Jaw-dropping stuff from Bobby Witt Jr.
Hey, I know that guy. Great player.
stay in the know all season long on Play Ball, only on MLB Network.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Flow mayor is where all those rhythms meet. Porque el flow no es de un solo jugador, es de un corillo entero que prende estadio. De San Diego a Santo Domingo y cada parada en el camino. Cuando estamos activos, la liga sube de nivel. Esto es Flow Mayor.
What is the dumbest thing you've ever wasted money on?
I was paying for 2 subscriptions over like 3 years.
That's like $1,400,000. How'd you figure that out?
I saw an app that shows you all the monthly subscriptions you have and how much you're paying.
So what'd you do then? Just like call and cancel, or?
I have a phobia of making calls, so absolutely I did not do that. The app, you can cancel the app.
What is the app called?
Rocket Money.
As Ryan Johnson and 4 relievers hold off the Rangers tonight, it's a 3-2 win. The Angels will keep rolling tomorrow. 3 of the series against Texas on national television. We're back Thursday night, 7 o'clock start, 6:30 pregame show for the finale of this 4-game series against the Rangers. Coming up next is Angels Live postgame presented by Kia with Kent French and Tim Salmon. For Gooby and Frenchy, I'm Wayne Rentazzo saying good night from Angel Stadium.
10 seconds, guys. Let's have a go.
At MLB Network, we're always on the move because baseball doesn't just travel, it transforms.
This is how we should do a show every day.
And we're there to meet the moment wherever the game goes. Regular season,
Welcome to Cooperstown.
All the stars are out in Atlanta, Georgia.
postseason,
Can you believe what we just saw?
Whoa!
every season.
This is unbelievable.
This is MLB Network, the home of baseball.
Keep cool out there, folks. It's going to be a hot one.
We the people love summer baseball. The food is over the top. The cheers come from the chest. We came with friends, but we met new ones. We have seats, but we're standing. They say it's anyone's game. But from what we can see, it's everyone's. Baseball for the people.
From your favorite team,
The Phillies walked it off.
to the league's biggest stars,
Jaw-dropping stuff from Bobby Witt Jr.
Hey, I know that guy. Great player.
stay in the know all season long on Play Ball, only on MLB Network.
Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome to Angels Live postgame presented by Kia right here on ABTV. We've got some high fives tonight. Good to see here at the Big A as the Angels score 3 in the third, and they hang on to win it by a final of 3-2. Zach Neto, a couple big hits here tonight as the Angels even up this 4-game series at a game apiece. Welcome inside the Big A. Ken French, Tim Salmon with you, and certainly a feel-good win for the Angels considering the news that broke earlier this morning as Mike Maddox, Dom Chidi, and of course Daryl Scott, part of the pitching coaching staff of the Halos, was replaced. And whenever you get winds of change blowing through the organization, you never know how a team's going to react. But it was nice to see them come away with a win here tonight.
Well, it didn't start off well. The first hit, it hit a home run. But, you know, after that, I mean, the pitching really settled in and dialed it in. Really nice job done, especially by the bullpen, picking up, I would think, about 4 2/3 innings. So great job all around by the pitching staff.
Yeah, we'll talk Ryan Johnson in the bullpen in a moment. But Zach Neto was one of the players we highlighted, Tim, in our pregame show, talking about hard-hit fly balls. But it was all about the line drive tonight.
Well, it was. And, you know, there's that ball's out of the zone. But it's amazing you can get on top of that. But, you know, good job of hitting right there. That's what I talked about. You know, you just like to see Neto maybe just not swing for the fences so much. You know, take some situational hitting up there every once in a while and, you know, put the bat in play. I mean, that was a changeup right there. Great job of keeping the barrel through the zone long enough to catch that one. But, of course, it's got the double steal started right here. There was a huge part of the game right there. They scored a couple runs. Good job. That's what we need to see. That's what we're talking about, and that's why, you know, when we talk about keeping the ball out of the air as much, because, yeah, you're going to get the home runs, but at the end of the day, you make such a big impact being on the field, being in that, you know, being on the bases, doing the things you can do, and just really being part of that lineup day in and day out. And I think sometimes when you're a fly ball hitter, you can have some comfortable 0 for 4s, you know, that just show up, you know, and it gets you a little bit into a funk. So, anyway, Zach Neto had a great night tonight. Centering the ball up pretty well. Especially when you're struggling with runners in scoring position, do whatever it takes. Put a double steal on. I mean, try something different to put some pressure on the defense, right? Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, when you, at least my sense is that if you're going up there swinging big and you got a good pitcher out there that can, you know, locate the ball well, he's going to get you to miss it and, you know, make some easy outs, you know, make some fly ball outs for you. But again, you know, when you get into RBI situations like that, that's when you really want to dial it in and take what the pitcher gives you and put together that good at bat and, you know, just stay with the line drive approach up the middle.
Ryan Johnson was the starter for the Halos here tonight, going 4 1/3 innings. He put 32 pitches in the first inning, but would settle down after that.
I know. He really did settle down. I mean, I was thinking, boy, this is going to be a long night. It was only a 2-hour, 17-minute game. I mean, wow, how about that? He settled in nicely. I really felt like that cutter just kind of found its place. And, of course, the split he plays. We talked about in the pregame show. That split is going to be the pitch for him. But, you know, that he's got to be able to execute a fastball. And, you know, you look at these pitches over the middle of the plate. That first inning, he got him in trouble. I mean, he really threw some balls over the middle of the plate that got him in trouble and, you know, wasn't able to get that sinker where he wanted it, and that sweeper just didn't, you know, play like he wanted it. But for the most part, that cutter played and that split. And you look at the strikeouts right there. A lot of middle, you know, those middle of the plate strikeouts. But that's that split finger because the hitter's got to respect it. It looks like a fastball coming out, but, you know, good job of pitching right there tonight.
Yeah, as you mentioned, his one mistake. Jock Peterson, leadoff homer, his 22nd of the year. But after that, he would settle down, and then they would hand off the baton to the bullpen, Tim. And this is a bullpen with a lot of new faces, a lot of guys getting an opportunity to show what they can do in the big leagues. And we're still trying to, you know, write these names down and find out who these guys are. And they did a tremendous job, as you mentioned, 4 2/3.
They did 4 2/3 inning, great job. Sosita came in, picked up that 2/3 of an inning to really kind of get you know, Ryan. Not that he was in trouble. I wondered if he could have gone through, but it's the top of the lineup with Jock Peterson coming up, and then Fermin did a great job. 3 punchies for him tonight. Great job setting up and getting it to our closer.
Right?
This is, I'm telling you what, I am really liking Sammy Nadero at that closer role. I mean, his ball just jumps on the hitters. They just don't look like they have a good, you know, beat on it, and he's got some you know, aggressiveness going for him in that 9th inning. And you know, these young guys, I mean, they're really not. It just always impresses me how quickly they get thrust into the limelight in some of these situations. But great job there. Look at that bullpen right there. Only one earned run through the night, and I think how many would they have? That 6 strikeouts?
6 Ks.
Great job. 2
Yes.
walks.
Sammy Natera Jr. came in. That was his 3rd big league save. We might see more of that, as you mentioned. He could be obviously a good 8 or 9 guy with Joyce in the bullpen as well.
Well, I was just going to say, until Joyce gets his feet wet, and, I think ultimately that's what you want to groom him for, that closer role. But in the meantime, hey, Natera's getting some great experience.
Starting to set up nicely. All right, before we go to break, don't forget about the sweet taste of victory. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you get free medium fries. Your Angels just won. You free fries with the W. Get free medium fries tomorrow with any $2 purchase. It excludes tax, and it's only on the app at participating McDonald's as the Angels hang on and win it 3-2 tonight against the Rangers. Much more on the other side.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB Big Inning. Join Matt Yaloff and Greg Caserta on baseball's only nightly show that brings you the biggest plays of the night.
Strikes him out.
No one stacks more clutch plays into one live show with up to 4 games on a single screen.
Out of here! He is on fire. It's a walk-off winner.
Change up game night with baseball's biggest game changer. MLB Big Inning. All season.
Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance. Saturdays on MLB Network and wherever you get your podcasts.
They ask me, with or without? You with the crew?
You from the D?
Where'd you go to high school?
Your dad put you in brown and gold?
You see Skins go?
You get your Dodger dog?
You take the 7?
Siempre 305?
You see Big Dumper 60?
Do you see him put Vladdy in the jacket?
You here for 17 and 22?
Where were you in 16?
Where were you in 23?
How about 40-70?
You see Judge's 62?
Shohei's 50-50.
Think you can beat the freeze?
But they never ask who my team is. They don't have to. It's right here. Cut from the city. Visit MLBshop.com.
Dealers, visit Kia.com. Discover movement and that inspires. The Angels certainly inspired through some play by Zach Neto. A couple big hits tonight. Angels getting it done in the 3rd inning, finding a way to get some hits with runners in scoring position. They put 3 on the board and then win it by a final of 3-2 as you welcome back inside the Big A. Ken French, Tim Salmon with you. Let's dive into that 3rd inning, Tim, as the Angels down by 1, trying to find a way to get some runs, and why not have Mech get it started?
Yeah, Mech got it started. I thought this inning was just fantastic. You had a sac bunt, you had a double steal, and a sac fly. I mean, they played baseball in this inning right here, but again, after that sac bunt, Neto was able to
bowling
get
ball slide.
Bowling ball slide. Yeah, Neto's there again, the double steal right there, and then the sac fly. So again, a lot of manufacturing going on, a lot of baseball being played right there. Again, a great night for the Angels win. I mean, that's the recipe right there. Play great team offense right there. Get great bullpen pitching. You know, starting pitching does enough. Gets the job done. I mean, it was just an all-around great night right there.
Yeah, we're seeing a blueprint there, and that 3rd inning was certainly a blueprint on how you score runs, right?
It was. I mean, you know, you're getting the hustle single, you know, getting up the middle, and then the sac bunt, and like I said, it had all the elements in one inning.
All right.
We haven't seen a double steal.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Executed to perfection with Mike Trout and Zach Neto as we take our final time out here on Angels Live post game. But don't go far, because on the other side is Sammy Natera Jr. celebrates his 3rd big league save. We'll hear from Kurt Suzuki next.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Join your favorite on-air personalities for unique perspectives, in-depth interviews, and untold stories from on and off the field. The MLB Network Podcast, presented by New Balance. Saturdays on MLB Network and wherever you get your podcasts.
TimberTech looks so much like wood because we really study wood. That kind of nuance you just can't achieve without pushing the boundaries of what's possible technically. So as climate evolves, as wildfires become more of a concern, the ability to maintain the product in high moisture or high UV radiation environments, we're constantly working to be able to stay ahead of those needs of consumers even before they know they have them.
Angels Live on ABTV is brought to you by your local Kia dealers at Kia.com. Discover movement that inspires. Angels get it done by a final of 3-2. 3 in the third is all they would need. And after the game, Kurt Suzuki talked about that third inning.
Yeah, it was nice. We strung some together, obviously. You know, leading off with Mac and then Heine with a sack. You know, Neto big hit. Mike got hit, and you know, sack fly and then double. So it was nice to get some stuff going and get some stuff moving, and it was a fun inning, that's for sure.
How's Mike's hand?
He was fine. He tested it, just a little stinger. He hit the pad, which is, you know, a good sign. So he went in the cage, said he felt fine, almost hit a homer the next at bat, so it was good.
What did you see from Ryan Johnson? Why'd you take him out when he did, I guess?
Yeah, he just, you know, just felt like that time, third time through with, you know, Peterson and you know, we had the lefty matchups coming up. I just felt like that was the right time. He was at 85 or something like that. And, you know, I thought he pitched great. You know, I thought RJ did great. I thought he attacked, and, you know, Vila was up a little bit with his fastball and cutter and all that stuff played up a little bit more. So, you know, I think we're definitely, you know, getting better each time, which, you know, is our goal.
The first inning was a little struggle for him. What adjustments did you see from him?
Yeah, he started executing a little bit better. I think he started incorporating a little bit more splits as the game went on. But I thought, you know, Heine did a great job of not overexposing everything so soon. And, you know, having that one in the first inning was bigger. It could have been a bigger inning. So I think having that one and after that kind of incorporated some splits and allowed him to go, you know, deeper than what it potentially could have been.
They feel about just how the bullpen man is still a lot of new faces kind of finding their way and fairly solid.
Yeah, you know, we talked about these guys getting opportunities to come in different situations, and I think, you know, Murphy going 1+, you know, Fermin coming in and executing against those lefties, you know, with the slider, and then obviously Natera coming in. So, you know, I thought it was a great job, Sauce, you know, 1+. So I think, you know, they all stepped up. They all, you know, did the job tonight, and it was awesome to see.
What was the communication like with the new coaches? Pre-game leading up to it and just...
Yeah, you know, there's always going to be a transition period, and you know, they just landed today, you know, so you know they're still kind of, their wheels are turning a little bit, but you know, we try to keep it simple. I think the positive thing is they knew most of the players that are here because they had them, and you know, that helped with obviously Murph, and you know, talking to, you know, Tim, you know, in the dugout debating whether to go for me or Murphy, and you know, he just, you know, gave me a good insight on Murphy being more of a reverse guy. So we stuck with Murphy and worked out, and you know, it was good.
Yeah, Kurt Suzuki talking about new interim pitching coach Tim Levesque, giving him some advice there as we actually watching his family come up behind us here, giving him congratulatory hugs as we look at the calendar. Tim, and time to maybe take the series lead tomorrow against Texas before Casey comes to town.
Yeah, that would be nice. You know, again, just build off it. Anytime you get some momentum, the offense gets going, hopefully they can take advantage of that. I mean, you know, I think it was interesting to hear him talking about you know, the new pitching coaches. You know, you've been dealing with one guy the whole, you know, you're used to seeing Maddox right there, you know, his left hand, you know, right there on the left-hand side, and to have a new face there, and then to really, you know, it's his, you know, cutting his teeth in the big leagues, and really, you know, I tell you what, the game gets really fast in that dugout, and I mean, I know these guys, you know, it's fast at every level, but it gets even faster up here. So again, it's just a little bit for Zook to have to deal with too. It's like, okay, now I got a guy, like, am I showing him the ropes, or can I really trust everything you say? I don't know. I mean, it just seems like there's a lot of new changes going on right now. So.
Absolutely. 42 games left in the season for the Halos. One thing John Mozeliak, the interim GM, talked about this morning was the balance between personal growth and winning. I think we saw a little bit of both here tonight as a display of some skill going on here. You know, they had that fire tonight. I think Zach Neto with a couple hits. As the Angels, they were not to be denied as Mech the bowling ball comes in and scores a run, part of that 3-run third inning. And of course, Von Grissom as well with an RBI as the Angels find a way to get it done. They hold on to win 3-2. The bullpen comes in, shuts down the Rangers. We'll see you on Friday.